We will do it. Here we go. We're going live. I assume we're live. Now it says I'm live. Cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the collective for our Wednesday Mongoose Crew group. I've been used to saying North IMEA. We're actually in South IMEA. Technically, I don't even know if we would consider ourselves in IMEA at all.
Yeah, we're not part of IMEA. We're a sovereign nation.
That's right. One sovereign nation under Corvos. Yes, so we are in the underwater kingdom of Anoria. And we are about to go underway. I assume we're continuing the same thing. So, Lorianne, whenever you're ready to let us know where we left off.
Yeah. So we left off with last session. Milo disappeared and is doing whatever he's doing. Eldrin and Co went to we went to the fighting ground or the training grounds for Guar to spar with Eldrin's father, but it ended up being a sparring match between Eldrin and her mom that was extremely brutal and bloodied and not good whatsoever. So that was great. Eldrin definitely lost in that one. But did she? She also showed growth in character and healing her mother. Anyway,
we all won.
We all won in that one. Important tidbit from that is that Saren noticed the weird thing with the coral that was pink, like moving, right? Or something weird. Yeah. Okay. So when we ended up leaving the training grounds, no one really felt like fighting after that. Jamie, if you didn't watch, there was a lot of blood drawn and a lot of not holding back and tridents to the stomach, and it was really great. And Guar had to watch it all.
I did at the end whenever I thought it was too over the top, and I tried to stop.
Yeah.
You know, the mother and daughter relationship's so strong.
Yeah, it really is. It is. So then the rest of the crew, minus Milo and Eldrin, go with Eldrin's dad, Corvos, to the armory, and they get really cool magic items that they can describe if they want to, but they were described last session. Jamie just doesn't know. And then we, Eldrin and Noros have like a kind of serious talk about her mom and everything that happened, and Eldrin kind of just brushes it off like she normally does. Then we ended with after break, Eldrin and her mom have a talk where Eldrin tries to kind of get through to her, and there's still a lot of tension between them. And then we jumped over to a family dinner that Milo is definitely late to, which is hilarious. And during that family dinner, there was a lot of just like small talk, but also Wilbur saying it's a long story every time Corvos would ask, well, what happened there? What's going on with this? Or, Wilbur, how old's your mom?
That was one of them.
It's a long story. We talked a little bit about the Venronas. That was fun. He thinks that Felician Venrona is a massive dick, which we all agreed. And then afterwards we were having like drinks and discussing things, and Zaris came to basically ward the room so that no one could hear what we were talking about, because Eldrin insisted. And we ended with Zaris kind of dropping a bomb about because Eldrin was trying to figure out who cast that spell on Darius, and he's like, well, it wasn't you, so who else could it have been that's close to you? And Eldrin recalled Erlin acting weird. So, can you hear that growling? It
No.
stopped, and then Jaren yelled, what's happening out here?
Oh.
The puppy's trying to play with the older one, and he's not happy.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. All right, gang. Well, diving right in from there. So we'll actually just take it right from that conversation. But I'd say at this point, Milo, you actually, let's do it from here. Milo, you wake up. We kind of put you as like the idea that you kind of just took a nap.
In Duchess again.
Duchess.
That's right.
You wake up. You notice that you are. You notice that you're in Duchess, and I think roll me a history check. I'll say with advantage, as you've been there for a little bit.
21.
21, nice. You notice at this point, remember, the time, as far as the understanding of day, was represented by how the light changes around the actual castle. So looking just outside, you notice you are definitely late to dinner. Ready to go.
Yeah, Milo's going to get up and make sure he has all of his things, and then kind of Scooby-Doo run out of the skull. And make his way to the castle.
Cool. As you head out to the castle, you see something interesting so remember, just like a reminder, as far as the castle itself has a lot of coral that kind of connects itself to it. You notice roll me a perception check. Let's see exactly what you notice here.
$18.
18, nice. With an 18, you notice on the side of the castle there seems to be a part of the coral that is shifting slightly, which isn't odd because the coral is a living being; it shifts all the time. But you notice that this part of it, kind of like as you get closer to the front part of the gate, I would say this is kind of like off to the side, so away from the center gate to come into the castle. So it's kind of off to the right. You notice something just weird about it. It's just that there's something that just kind of like throws you off. You're not really exactly even sure what it is, unless you go closer.
Yeah, Milo's gonna investigate it.
Okay, cool. As you get closer, you see a faint outline in the dead coral. So this almost like kind of rock-like structure. You see barnacles that are kind of just like attached or left over all around. But you see part of the rock itself seems to move slightly. And you see what looks to be a humanoid face in the rock structure, this coral structure. You see it kind of moving slightly, almost as if it's trying to like crack its neck or something. Doesn't seem to notice you. I'd say at this point you're probably about maybe 10 feet away, noticing that. You can't really make out if the face looks familiar or not from this distance.
Yeah, Milo's gonna get closer. How high up on the wall is it?
It's face to face with you.
Okay. Yeah, Milo's gonna approach it, and honestly, he's probably gonna poke it.
Okay, cool, awesome. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Damn it. 25.
25, nice. You see part of the coral seem to shoot out at an unnatural speed, try to wrap around your arm, and tries to pull you in. And I will say with that, Cool. With that, it does happen to get a hold of your arm, but you're able to kind of put your foot. I think at first you put your foot directly up against the wall, and you feel your foot start to sink into the castle. You manage to kind of pull yourself free from your foot and find leverage from the ground itself, from like the corner of the ground, and you're still stuck to this thing, but you're not immediately pulled in. You see the mouth open up, and you see first off a million well, not a million, a bunch of like a school of fish all of a sudden just kind of comes out of the mouth and just goes around you, around your head, and just kind of swims away. And you see large, sharp teeth from this creature that looks to be, it almost looks like the same structure as the barnacles. It has that kind of bone white sort of look.
Okay. Milo's going.
I'm gonna say roll initiative, actually.
Yeah. Okay. $22.
Nice. You're going first.
All right. Milo's going to grab his dagger and try and chip at the coral that's grabbing his arm.
Cool. Awesome. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
Is Duchess near him?
Duchess doesn't see you.
She's sleepy.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. Yeah. Dirty 20 hits.
For 9 damage.
Cool. 9 damage is enough to be able to kind of maneuver your arm slightly off. You have, you can tell it's almost free. But that was your first attack.
Yeah, he's gonna. That seemed to work fine. He's gonna try it again.
Cool.
For 22 to hit.
22 hits. No need to roll damage. It just needed to be 1. You managed to tear yourself free from this, and you see this just go right back into the wall. You see the face itself seem to sink back into the castle itself.
Was he close enough to see the face now?
Oh, yeah. Roll me an insight check.
I like these dice tonight. That was a 21.
21. Nice. 21's really good. I'm trying to figure out why you'd be paying attention to this person, but we'll say that you were just paying attention in general. It looks like Darius.
Milo's famously very perceptive.
Well, I mean, Darius is the one that had that whole thing where he like stormed out and stuff, or not stormed out, but he had the weird thing that happened with, right?
Yeah. I think in all honesty, I think it's more just built into the idea that you just kind of clocked everyone at least at some point, or at least seen him. Yeah. You see kind of like large kind of forehead, and a very like big, like kind of big kind of bulbous nose. Except obviously the teeth and actually you saw as the mouth opened up, it opened up unnaturally wide. Like think the Mummy.
Cool. Yeah, Milo's going. I think the technical term is get the fuck away.
Cool.
And he's already late enough to dinner. He's not gonna show up and be rude. So he's just gonna go hang out with Duchess, like sit on the ground next to Duchess and eat some crackers and some like meat that he has in his backpack.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. With that, we cut back to the meal. So Zara says, I think Zara's basically kind of confirmed it must be Erlin, right?
Yeah, without saying it, he said, like, well, if it wasn't you, it had
Yeah.
to have been someone sitting very close to you.
Yes. So we'll say we take it right from there.
Yeah, so when he says that, and Eldrin thinks about what she noticed with Erlin, she just says to Zaris, "Be very careful what you're insinuating right now."
I didn't technically say anyone's name. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the world's most powerful mind, most likely. Anywho. Well, looks like you're good here.
And he goes and he tries to walk out.
Eldrin says, "Oh gosh." Before he walks out, Eldrin says, "Well, why would someone do that?"
Let me roll for the world's most powerful mind. Okay.
It seems that someone seemingly as pure of heart may have a good reason.
Has my father caught on to what he's insinuating? Or my mother, because she's still in there too.
Your father, no. Your mother, probably. No, they both are. I don't understand. What are we talking about?
During the council meeting today, Darius Amarath was just about to put in his vote as no during his argument, and then changed what he was saying. I noticed and cast a dispel on him, and he seemed to not remember what was going on and left the chambers.
Honestly, dear, your first day in court. Well, okay. No, you're right.
That is concerning.
I look at my father and I say, what's the protocol if someone tried to influence the vote like this? What happens to them?
Well,
I don't know. I don't think anyone has done that before in my time, but I would assume they would definitely be relieved of their status on the council. They clearly can't be trusted. Let's clear up the matter. Kind of does like a little flick or a little snap. One of the guards kind of comes up and goes,
could you find for me the Minister of Defense? He shouldn't be too hard to find. He should be somewhere in the castle. I need to see him immediately.
Guard nods, heads out.
Last session, he had tried to go see him after the fight, but he had said that he couldn't find him, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I will say also, like, I mean, knowing your father as a king with 1,000 other things going on, it's unlikely he looked very hard.
Okay. I know that you said that both of them don't seem to come to the same realization that Eldrin does. So Eldrin I feel like notices that and tries to kind of school her expression a little bit. I don't know if you want me to roll for that.
You're trying to. What are you trying
I'm
to do?
trying
I
to
got
act
lost there.
like I don't know anything more than them about what's
Gotcha.
happening right now.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a deception check against your parents.
That would be a 13.
Okay. I'll roll for it. Wow. This is. What the hell? I swear, I'm mad that I actually took it off. The dice, I swear to God, this die was on its side. Like it must have been caught on something that I can't see on the thing, but like it wasn't next to a wall or anything. It was in the middle.
That's amazing.
I don't know why I just took that out. That's crazy. Okay, cool. Your mother goes, Eldrin, is there anything else we need to know about?
This is Larian
You-
pausing.
Mhm.
So, okay. So yeah, Eldrin. Sorry, the dogs. Eldrin just says no.
Could you all leave me and my daughter for a moment, please? Looks around at the entire table. Do you all leave? Hello?
All due respect, Highness. Whatever you need to say to Eldrin, you can say to us. We're all in this together.
With all due respect, she doesn't seem to be comfortable saying this in some sort of crowd, so I am thinning it.
Maybe it's you.
Oh, best luck thinning this, and I point at myself. Did you see how many scallops I ate?
I know you meant this, but you looked down when
You
said
did
it. I was like, whoa, what?
I was looking at my belly. But
Okay,
yeah, okay, get your minds
None
out of
us
the gutter,
can see
kids.
that.
Listen,
graders.
Sure, it was
You-
your belly.
Mike, when you go back and you watch this,
You'll
you know
see
I'm
what
right.
we see.
No,
Yeah.
I know what it looked like. I'm just saying I was pointing. Guar was being
I know what it
wholesome.
looked like. I
It's
said
fine.
what I said.
Yeah.
I did what I did.
But also that.
But also that, yes. That's funny.
Puppy? Okay. Sorry.
She I'll say man, I screw up their names a lot. Not Erlin, but
Illurin.
Ilrin. Ilrin looks at you and goes, is that true, Donna?
I look at everyone, including my father, and I say, just give us a moment.
I think actually Corvus goes, I'm sorry, who are we giving a moment to? Am I leaving? I don't understand.
Can I speak with Mother privately for a moment in this
Of
secure
course.
room?
Cool.
Funnily enough, I think Ilrin is the only person Eldrin trusts this information with right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Enough of this. What do you know?
It's Erlin.
How?
I don't. She was acting really odd when I cast that spell, and she told me that we needed to talk, and she needed to explain things to me. She can't lose. There has to be a good reason for this.
Well, I mean, she obviously must be manipulated in some way. She's been on the council for years. She's literally taught you everything you know. Well, all the unimportant things. We need to find her.
I sent her I reached out to her before dinner and I asked her to come back here and she never responded. I don't
Interesting.
know what's going. Do you know what's going on with this council vote? Is there something I'm not putting together? It doesn't seem like they're going to be a full council member. They're just going to be ambassador. Why is this so contentious?
That's a very good question. In my point of view, it's more of an olive branch. There's, like you said, there's no clear example of power here, except that those that are apparently beneath us would be able to freely move about the city, and suggestions would be made to accommodate them. Them isn't the them.
Yeah.
I can't say I love it, but I also didn't see any harm in it until now.
It just doesn't feel right. I asked her to stop the vote when I noticed what was going on, and I explained what was going on as quietly and quickly as I could, and she told me no, and that she would explain things to me later. But that's not right. That's not the Erlin I know.
No. Perhaps we should also call her in. There is some difficulty in the matter. I understand why you wanted to keep at least your father out of this. Perhaps
he-
she'll come willingly.
I mean, I don't want. He'll have no choice if this is true and she's not being manipulated. We we can't have a. She can't lose the. She can't lose her role. She's too important.
Fine. Then she'll answer to me, and I will make the decision.
Okay. So, what does that mean? Are you going to go find her, or are we still gonna have her come here?
I can certainly send for her, but that's going to be very difficult having a ton of guards show up at the temple to answer away to your father.
Let me try again. I close my eyes and I'm gonna use the second thing on my sending bracelet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I don't know why you didn't answer me. I need to speak with you. It's urgent. I know what you did.
Okay. You get a response that is careful and calculated. It is what's best, it seems. I wish you luck on your journey to the surface.
I relay that to my mother and say, what does that mean?
I will say, I think that the DM's also going to be very passive with this.
Yeah,
I don't want to give you the answer.
that's fine. No, I know.
I don't know. That sounds like her and also doesn't sound like her. I will say this. I think you mentioned Tall to her, right?
She said she was
Okay.
gonna look into it. Actually, she doesn't even know that Guar is fine now. Well, I guess she does because she saw him at the thing.
I think word
Word
spread.
got it. But yeah, she knows about Tall.
This being that you said could reach excuse me.
God
It could
bless you,
reach
Mother.
don't interrupt me. This entity that you said could reach farther than a normal surface dweller. Let's just say that your claim is right with the prisoner. At least part of it is. Let's just say that that is true. If it is, we could all be in danger.
Okay. As much as I want to protect her, I feel that we need to inform Father. I say that with like a questioning, like eyebrow raise. Like, am I saying the right thing?
I think your mother is being understanding of your problem with it.
Yeah.
I don't think she has a problem with it.
No, I don't think she does.
So, very well. Do you want to inform him, or should I?
No, just we can bring everyone back in.
I will say, Eldrin, before we bring everyone back in, if she comes willingly, this will make things a lot easier. She's a very powerful cleric. If she is possessed by something, I fear for my guard's safety.
Okay.
As I fear yours, I'm just bringing the matter up.
I mean, I have one more. I have one. Hold on. I'm gonna use the last thing on my bracelet and
Okay.
say please make me understand what is going on. Come back to the castle and explain it to me. I haven't told anyone. We can figure this out.
You get a response back. I'm sorry, I simply cannot do that.
I think, yeah, Eldrin opens her eyes when she gets that back and just looks at her mom very alarmed. And because I said what I have to say it out loud, so my mom heard what I said. And I just say, she said no.
Right. Well, I think starts to kind of like make a motion to start to let everyone else in or to like open the door. It's up to you how you want to do this.
I feel like she hasn't given me a choice, unless this is what she wants. I don't. Eldrin.
And she kind of like motions for you to look at her. This is a time now to be a queen. It's your decision.
If it was just me, I would say I trust her with my life. But it's not just me this impacts. So you can bring them back in.
Opens the door. Brings it back in. Well, it seems that we have a problem with one of our own in our midst. Looks at you to explain if you wanted to.
Yeah, Eldrin takes a deep breath and just says, "The High Priestess is hiding something. She cast the spell on Darius. She was trying to influence the vote. I don't know why. She refuses to come back to the castle."
Did you try to speak to her?
On.
Was she calculated in her response?
Yes. Which is not unlike her. But
Okay, but do you remember when I was worried about Tal hearing and speaking and seeing through me, and how I chose my words way more carefully than I normally do?
yeah.
Could that have been what was happening?
But how would she be possessed by Tal? I understand. Wait, have we given any context to my family of Guar's connection to Tal whatsoever?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I say I understand, it makes sense.
What is that supposed to mean?
I give Guar a look.
Okay.
Guar.
Eldrin.
I'm sorry, are you telling me that a person at this table has been possessed by the very thing you told me to fear?
All right, listen, that's kind of a long story,
Yeah,
but
we explained it a little bit yesterday. That's why we put him in the dungeon.
No, I don't believe you told me that's what it was about.
but I'm fine now.
Okay, how do we know this?
Because I forgave myself.
Persona confirmed it. Yeah, at the same time. We said it at the same time.
I love that. I love it so much.
Because I forgave myself.
And I say, again, Persona confirmed it. I spoke with him on it.
Listen, if Eldrin says that he is healed, then he is healed. We have to trust her as a cleric and as the princess.
Thank you, Highness. I'm looking forward to sparring with you at some point, hopefully soon.
This is not the time. Are we...
Well, obviously not now. I meant tomorrow. But anyway, yes, this is very important.
If Guar had any connection still to Tal in that sense, he would not be here with us right now. I can guarantee you that. His friendship does not mean more to me than our safety.
I believe you. And you actually hear Corvos bang his fist on the table. From my understanding, a member of our council has been not forward with information. I'm sorry, but this takes precedence. How are we to move forward?
Let me go talk to her. I'll go to the temple.
Do you really think that's the best solution?
What other solution is there? Are you going to send guards and create an upheaval in Enoria because you're bringing the High Priestess in as a prisoner? The High Priestess who many people in this place look to for guidance and as a direct line to Persona.
I'm just saying I don't like it.
I don't either.
You hear Ilrin just go, I trust her. Actually, ugh. Okay, here we go. Ilrin goes, I trust her. Yes, I suppose you would. Need I remind you, wife, what happened the last time we trusted our children. You see her kind of move back, and then gets up and walks out. This doesn't matter.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm sorry. I'm saying you are too important to the kingdom. It is much easier to send as many guards as it takes to bring her in for questioning.
Highness, if I may, you had no way of knowing what would have happened to your children. They were valiant and powerful, all of them. That wasn't anyone's fault.
Well, I could name a few, but
This is not the time for this.
I am the closest person here to Erlin. She taught me everything I know. I owe it to her to hear her out and figure out what is going on.
Highness, we will all go with her.
Father, when you
Go
and
ahead.
I say when you and Mother were busy mourning Volmos and I had no one to talk to, I had Erlin. Don't make me bring her in here in chains.
Yeah. Corvus does a very scary thing, I think, for Eldrin.
Okay.
Corvus gets up out of his seat, comes to you, comes to your side, and kneels down. Takes your arm. No matter what, you come back.
Okay, of course.
Or I will move to the heavens and take you back from Persona himself.
I have too much here to live for. I'm not going anywhere.
Kisses you on the forehead. Go. Quickly before I change my mind.
Eldrin thinks about the time and that we only have like 2 hours before we need to do this thing with Karen.
I think there's like a certain point with this that's like all of a sudden there's also like your world has shifted at this point.
Yeah, if I have to,
that-
I can always open up the shell phone and be like, sorry, dude, you're just going to have to
Hey,
wait.
rain check.
Yeah, I look to everyone and I nod and I say, oof. I look back at my father and I say, I have no armor. It was left behind.
Yes. I will have the armory is locked for the evening. I'll make sure the guards have something for you.
Your Majesty, you're the king. You could probably have it opened.
I can fit into one of Mother's.
Point.
If you would like to go to her chambers before you leave,
Works.
but be quick.
Oh, her armor's sweet too. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw your thing. Do I know that Milo doesn't have armor? I do know that. I guess
You
it doesn't
look,
really
look at him.
Milo doesn't need armor.
He doesn't
what are
need
you
armor.
talking about here?
All right.
It's just cool. He
yeah.
doesn't need it.
So I guess I look at everyone and I say, are you okay to follow my lead on this?
Your Majesty, I will protect you with my
My
life.
There you go. You like froze.
I froze. I said, Your Majesty, I will protect you with my life. Then I smirk a little bit.
Okay. Is Bolo still in here?
Bolos has been eating something different, most likely at this point. Has just been looking back and forth.
Well, Father, you can get to know my new father-in-law. Although I suppose you already sort of know him.
Oh, I'm not coming.
No. You're not.
All right. Nice place you got here. Just immediately starts to have a conversation. Corvus is just like sitting in his chair, just like this, in you leaving.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean we don't have to roleplay it unless you want to, but I'll go and borrow armor from my mom. I'm sure she's got
Are
plenty.
you serious? Absolutely, we're role playing that.
All right, awesome.
Cool. You go to Elrin's room and
Ugh.
you.
Noros doesn't have armor either, right? He just has that awful armor my dad gave him.
Noros does have the awful armor that he still has it.
Yep.
So
'Cause it's in
shiny.
your room, so.
Yep. I look at him and I'm like, do you want me to find you something or?
No, it's fine. We need to go.
We're gonna. The enemy will see you from a mile away.
And they will cower in fear.
Okay. Well, you go do that and I'll go do this.
You walk up. You have the run of the castle now, so you open the door to Elrin's room.
Knock
you
this
see.
time.
Okay.
I'm gonna be polite.
Yes, come in.
Yeah, I walk in. And I say, I'm going to the temple. In my haste of leaving the surface, my armor was left behind. May I borrow some?
Yes. It is at the bedside, as it always is. And you see like the like mannequin that's like.
Eldrin's gonna pause for a second, but then thinks better of it.
Natural insight, she has been crying.
Yeah. So yeah, Eldrin's gonna pause for a second, but then thinks about it and then decides now is not the time to get into this, and also she thinks her mom will appreciate her ignoring it. So she is gonna put that armor on.
Okay. Hold on. You're just loose, and she helps you put the armor on. She grabs you by the shoulders, looks deep into your eyes. I will not bury another child.
I won't make you.
Do what needs to be done.
Of course.
Keep your head on straight. And she like kind of gently slaps you in the face.
During when they were all in the armory and Norris and I were just, hanging out in our room talking, that's it.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Was that a short rest?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, so I'm gonna, because I only have 30 hit points right now.
Yes, I will allow the short rest for sure.
All right, so while we're, so yeah, I'll
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll meet back up with everyone. And
Point of exhaustion.
I'm gonna roll some stuff while we're on our way too. So I can use my hit die, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Did Saren have time to attune to her dragonfly gossamer yet?
Ooh.
I will roll for it if you
Okay.
guys have had time to attune to your stuff. Okay. And actually, this might be a good time if this is actually set up right. Let's see. Yes. I will actually make it very clear what the outcome is. No matter what, we go for it. Okay. If it is an 11 or higher, yes, you did have time to attune to it. Here we go. That's a 16. Yes.
Huzzah.
Indeed.
I was gonna say, I don't know. You might not even actually need it because we could still swim up, right? So
Yes. Yeah, you're still underwater.
yeah. I was gonna
But, I
say
mean,
in the event that you
the
couldn't.
role was for all of you to be attuned to these new magical items that you have.
Sick.
Okay. You guys head out. As you start walking out, you see a Milo just picking at rocks on the ground just next to Duchess.
Milo's gonna see y'all like stepping out ready for war, and he's gonna stand up and pat Duchess on the leg and say, "Hey, time to go." And climb up and ride next to y'all.
Okay.
I fill Milo in basically by just saying we're just going to the temple for a little bit.
Neat.
Okay.
Come on, Milo. We're saving the priestess.
I kind of feel like there's a weird instance here for a second. Milo, roll an insight check on Eldrin. Eldrin, roll an insight check on Milo.
A 7 for Milo.
Okay.
You're muted.
Because I was eating pizza. 14 for
there you go.
Eldrin.
14, cool. Both of you are expertly hiding something from the other. At least at this point right now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, Milo, you get in your Duchess mobile and
did any of the coral break off when Milo broke himself free, or did it just like release him?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
So you saw a small piece of coral just break off, and actually, I would say it turned immediately white.
Okay. Yeah, Milo would carry that with him.
Okay.
And he would fill Eldrin in on the on what happened on the side of the castle, and who it looked like with the anglerfish teeth.
Does that sound like any type of spell that I've heard of?
No. I think what's mostly really concerning about that. So you said you let Eldrin know about this, Milo? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Would Saren hear this conversation?
It's up to Milo.
I mean, I'm sitting on top of like a 10-foot tall skull. I can't imagine I'm speaking quietly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So Saren, you definitely hear this.
Okay, then Saren would mention the pink coral that were like, or anemones that were like going towards Eldrin and her mom when they walked inside.
Okay.
Eldrin still has the bracelet Anrin gave her. So Eldrin's gonna sigh very deeply and say, "God damn it, I didn't want to have to do this." And she's gonna send a message to who we haven't met yet, is Catherine, Darius's daughter, and her rival. And she's gonna say, "This is Eldrin. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. Have you seen your father today? Do you know where he happens to be?" It's so fake sounding too.
Mm-hmm. One moment, please.
I love introducing new people for you to have to be.
Hey, girl.
He gives her the voice that he should have given to Jarrus.
Oh, hello.
Milo hears it somehow from in my head and is like, "Oh my god."
Roll me a perception check.
That would be 22.
With a 22, you hear. You can't make out any words, but you hear muffled speech as if someone's mouth was being covered.
Do I know where Catherine and her family live?
I think we've determined. Oh, as far as where they live, because I think we determined Catherine may be.
She's not on land.
Just yes, or
Yeah.
but she could be away. I think there was a certain point where I think you may have asked Erlin.
No, I had said to Norris, I better not run into her. I'm not in the mood.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Then that happened in my head. Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, you know where they live. You know where the Amaraths
Is
live.
it on the way to the temple?
Yeah, I would say so. It's in that vicinity for sure.
Okay. So, yeah, I say, okay, well, that was disconcerting. We're making a pit stop on the way to the temple. I
Okay.
just tried to, and I explained to the group, I just tried to reach out to Darius's daughter, Catherine, and got a very disturbing sound back, which is not like her.
Okay, cool. So you guys come to the House of the Amaraths. For those who are trying to keep up, it's easier when there's paper in front of you. But Catherine Amarath is the daughter of Darius Amarath. So
Darius
sure
is the
we're-
Minister of Defense, the one
Yes.
who Erlin influenced.
Yes.
Yeah, Eldrin just is. So is the door like I don't know? Is there doors? Like yeah, there's doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there are doors. So you open it up, you see kind of like bubbles kind of escape as there's some leftover oxygen in there, and you see there's nothing on in the house that produces any light.
Okay. Well, I have dark vision, so Eldrin will open the door and say, Minister Amarath, Catherine, Mrs.
No response.
Amarath. I didn't come up with that.
We'll say for the sake of this, Miss Amarath is not with us anymore.
Okay, that's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just killed off another NPC for you.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of motioned everyone and I to like walk further into the house.
Okay. I need everybody to give me a perception check.
$26.
27.
You just had to one up me, Saren.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Blame the dice.
9.
10.
10.
You say 19? Was that what it was, Guar?
15.
15? Okay, cool. So Wilbur and Milux, I think it was a 10 and a 9 with you both, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys follow into this place, you've only really been in one other domicile that's not, the castle. This place is sincerely nicer. With there's most likely like a lot of statues, leftover armor, so like the mannequins that have those armor. But without any light in here, they look oddly creepy.
I'm gonna. No, I don't have anything that I can cast. That would be light.
Milo's gonna put his night vision goggles on.
Okay, cool.
Guar is gonna get out his. Wait for it. I'm gonna get out my lantern of revealing.
Ooh.
Okay. Look at you. As I put all the magic items, I was like, "Ooh, I forgot I gave him that."
Yeah.
You don't have to attune to it, right?
No.
Okay. Cool. So, creepy turns to ultra creepy as it becomes a Titanic scene of looking at furniture and a ridiculous amount of military accoutrement.
Do Saren and I see something different from the Wilbur and Milo?
Yeah, well, I think Saren, well, we'll take it from here. So, Guar, you notice that you see that the furniture that is set up in here is either just a trophy room right in the front door, or this is just a living room that seems to have this like kind of that seems to kind of have this setup. And I think after seeing some of the furniture, you recognize, okay, this most likely is like what would be deemed as the hangout area of the house, Honorian style, which also means that there's most likely military things all throughout this house, as it is just in the living room. Saren and Eldrin, I think you get the sensation that there is something alive in this house. At least one thing.
Okay. Eldrin's gonna. Oof. Eldrin's gonna cast Detect Evil and Good. So she'll know if there's any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me as I walk through the house for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk towards. I think it's probably been a while since Eldrin's been actually inside the house, but kind of like if I went to like Joanna's house that I haven't been, her parents' house that I haven't been to in a long time, I could still find my way around. So Eldrin's gonna make her way and go towards what she remembers as Catherine's room.
Okay. As you make your way to Catherine's, you don't feel anything that is related to those things.
Okay.
You get to Catherine's room, and I want to actually ask this because Guar, where are you going?
I would say.
Where are you gonna get possessed again, Guar?
Where are you getting possessed?
I would say I would be following Eldrin because I feel obligated to protect her, even though she probably doesn't need my protection, but I'm still going to do it. So
Okay.
I think I'd be following Eldrin.
Cool. Everybody else?
Aaron's also going to follow Eldrin because it's not a good idea to split up. Never is a good idea.
No, it's creepy here. I'm keeping close.
Okay. Wilbur, as you pass by, you notice this like very large suit of armor that has like a mask over its face that it's even like steel itself, and you swear to God it's staring at you as you're walking by.
I feel like as we're walking too, Eldrin, like not even realizing she does it just because she knows how scared Wilbur gets, she puts her hand out for Wilbur to take.
Aww.
Cool. This is a little outside of it, but actually, okay. As you come into the room, you see a couple things. You actually see there is a bag on the bed. looking at it, you see it looks like it's packed for at least a month's journey.
Yeah. Like she could be going on like a hunting party or something, or like
Yeah.
doing something.
Roll me an investigation check. Without like, I assume you're not opening it up or anything like that, but just roll me an investigation check.
It's investigation for me. Ugh, +0. What the hell? Oh, hold on, it's cocked. 11.
Okay. I think you notice there's an area where there is man, what would be there? Okay, I'll put it this way. You notice that along with that on the bed as well, because I believe Catherine is also a cleric, correct?
Me and her both trained under Erland.
Okay, cool. You see a metal shield with the that is a
Like the trident, or yeah, or
yeah. I think it's actually kind of like an image of what is perceived in the same way that like how we look at like a crucifix as like a representation of Jesus. So it's like you see something that is actually a representation of persona. That's not just a trident. It's very ornate. It's like, it's amazing looking. You remember the day she got it, like how jealous you were.
Mad.
Yeah, you're so mad.
Yeah.
It looks unclean.
Oh.
I'll say with an 11, it's hard to tell how long it's been.
Okay.
Guar, because this is a little bit of a stretch, I'd like you to give me a perception check with advantage. I can't hear anything.
24.
24. Cool. So you are shining your light around the room. You see the bag. You see the shield. And I think actually at that moment you see like the light kind of reflects off the shield and hits the far wall past the bedroom. And you swear you saw a shadow of a hand.
Why? Did you see that?
You flip it back up there and you see there is a shadow of a figure. You see it just like kind of like this. And as you follow it along, you see a faint, like almost like a chalk outline of a figure.
I showed
Milo, this looks familiar, but also unfamiliar at the same time. I don't know if Milo wanted to chime in here.
No, Milo. Honestly, he's just very uncomfortable. He's not really paying, like, he's not really with, like, he's not really alert. He's just very uncomfortable.
Cool. Awesome.
Can't really see. It's weird. And
yeah, okay. Eldrin will go over to that to like investigate what the heck that is. Like,
yeah, you look at the, like, it legitimately just looks like a shadow. And it's unmoving. And you look back at like just at like Guar's light for a second, and you recognize there's you, and there's nothing between you and Guar besides this bed, we'll say.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like, so I've kind of so the way that I picture it with the bedroom,
some of us can't picture things.
So the bed itself was so you came in on the
you came in on the left side of the bed. You
Okay.
opened the door from the left side of the bed. Happened to notice something on the wall across from the bed. So like just on the other side. You went around the bed, you know, kind of trying to investigate what's going on there. And you see that Guar's lantern is reflecting you, and you're a shadow on the wall, but you're a moving shadow. And there's nothing between you and Guar.
Okay. I don't
And
know
Milo's going to say, Eldrin, maybe step away from the wall.
Do what he says.
I do step away because I learned to trust everyone.
Do you think you touched it before you did anything?
I was gonna
Lie.
touch it before Milo said anything, so yes, I do.
God damn it.
So I will say that you touch it, and you feel a really weird warmth on the other side. It's almost like you picture back to like the idea of like at a certain point when you were just like sleeping with Noros and your head was on his chest and you could feel like the beating heart. It's similar to that.
Yeah, so I feel that, and then I take a step back when Milo says that, and I say, What do you mean, Milo? Do you recognize this?"
It feels wrong. It doesn't feel right to me.
Oh gosh. And the detect evil and good isn't doing anything, right? It's
Nope.
okay. Okay.
Milo's going to be almost like Bilbo with his ring. He's going to be like playing with that little bit of coral that he got from the wall at the castle.
Okay.
When I touched the wall, did it feel like any type of magic?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm gonna guide myself. So I'm dropping the detect good and evil because I think guidance is concentration as well. Let me make sure. Yeah. Ugh. 8. Oh wait, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You got it. Go for it.
Do I have to re-roll the D4 too, or just a D20?
Because you were doing the guidance. I would say no. The guidance kind of stays.
Okay. Okay, so dirty 20, much better than an
Dirty
8.
20. Okay. Cool. There's absolutely magic at play here, but it's the weird, chaotic, wild magic.
Okay. I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna try a dispel magic on the wall. Or on the whatever it was that I touched.
I will say what level?
3rd.
Okay.
So let me know if I need to make the check or not.
Actually, 1 second.
No.
Okay. Guys, let's use everything we have here and not for the temple.
Do you check the wall again?
I mean, once I dispel magic, yeah, I'm looking at it as I do it.
Do you touch it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you touch it a second time, you felt that warmthness, and you almost kind of felt like you felt a little like faint heartbeat. You touch it now. Same warmth, but it seems like it's drifting, and you don't hear a heartbeat.
Do we still see the shadow in the same place?
Oh,
Mhm.
wait a second. Is this like, could I tell, like, she's a cleric, so she has the same type of spells as me. Did she, like, try and protect herself by melding into stone or something like that? Can I tell? I feel like a dispel magic would just make that spell drop. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone else have any ideas? Okay. Well,
I will give you this. Whatever is in the wall is not alive anymore.
did I kill it? You monster.
First, that poor man's wife, and now whatever's in the wall.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, my
Eldrin,
Guar's gonna kick the wall
yeah,
next to the shadow.
when Eldrin realizes that, she does put her hand back on the wall. She kind of slams it back on the wall and casts Spare the Dying. 'Cause she's not sure what's going on. Because I'm not. You said it was fading, and so I'm thinking it's fading as in she has 3 death saving throws if it's her.
I will give you a roll on that.
Okay.
Let's say your spell attack modifier.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. And can I guide myself?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Milo's got nothing other than stabbing it, but it seems like it's already dying.
26?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it works. You hear a faint heartbeat sort of start to kind of come back. I will say, no matter how stable a creature is, it can't exist without air or, oxygen in this.
Guar kicks the wall.
Okay. Yeah, you kick the wall. It's a wall.
I kick it harder.
Cool. You kick it harder. Roll me an attack roll. Let's see.
Yeah, while he's doing that,
Would that be an unarmed strike technically?
Yeah.
Okay,
do I know the construction of Enorian walls? Like, is it hollow on the inside? Like, if I break an area of it?
Most construction of Enorian walls are built out of coral.
That's a 19 to hit.
Cool.
Okay.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is max damage. So that's 4.
Cool. Just give me about another 100 of those, and you might make
I
it.
cast Shatter next to it, not to hit. I don't want it to hit. I want to cast Shatter where it's not going to hit the person that might be in the wall, but it's close enough that you can kind of dig something out.
So this is kind of where I was kind of assuming you were going to go with it. So the the way to cast Shatter, obviously, it pretty much just happens, but I'm going to have you roll another spell attack for this because of the direction of specifically what you're trying to make shatter.
Okay. Can I guide myself again?
Yes.
Okay. I
So love the idea that this happens at the same time Guar kicks the wall, so Guar's gonna think he did this.
Yeah, I love that if it actually works. Ooh, nat 20! A nat kitty! So 23,
Unbelievable.
so 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Good lord.
Awesome. Very cool. Guar, you kick the wall harder, as is your the way to do.
As is I am wont to do, yeah.
And if this is Catherine when she's okay, I can't wait to just shove it in her face and
Yeah.
saved
Yeah, I love it. Cool. You see a crack kind of go up the wall and start to break apart in little pieces and start to float in the air almost as if in slow motion. I need everybody in the room to make a dexterity saving throw.
You're all next to me too, so you get +3, or you get +4.
Nice.
Oh, so that makes that a 29.
Cool.
30,
Dice
20.
give it and the dice take it away.
Save.
I got a nat 1, which
Okay.
is yeah. I mean, do
No, you didn't. Roll
You get a
again.
Oh yes.
Plus you get a +4.
I got a nat 20 for a 27 plus
19.
4, 31.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I got 18.
Yeah, I got
Fuck
19
Fantastic.
you.
next to Jamie and Mike.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, because you can hand off lucky, right?
Yeah. If anybody around me rolls a 1, yeah.
I gotta say, guys, nothing
Gotcha.
feels worse than seeing that cat butt.
But only once per round.
I know. It's just like a heavy moment in combat and role play, and you roll a cat butt. That's funny. Yeah,
I mean,
fantastic. Cool.
Things for a cat.
Yeah.
Guar, you kick through and
You're giving all the glory to Guar.
I'm gonna give
Goddamn
all the
right.
glory to Guar.
Okay. All right.
Guar, you kick through in just like a come on, and you kick.
If
So you kick
Guar
again.
flirts with Catherine, so help me God.
As soon as you see the pieces just break apart, you immediately put up your shield, and that shield just comes down.
Oh, it's so cool.
As you see, just the entire blast just ricochets off your shield. The rest of you definitely get blown back, so you're all kind of like up against the wall. But I think Wilbur, there's just a
We could ask Wilbur to dig.
with a nat 20, Wilbur doesn't actually move. It's just the rocks, just like it's like the person when you're standing up there and the people throw knives. Like it just perfectly outlines Wilbur, like
It looks
the rocks.
extra fluffy from like the wind that went by him.
Yeah. Yeah. You all managed to dodge out of it. Obviously, Eldrin, you know that it's you, but and you see a body start to float
Norris notices me too.
upward.
Yeah, I immediately go to grab that body.
Okay, cool.
Did
yeah,
you see that? That was awesome!
You did so well, Guar. Good job.
Guar,
And I
Guar, did you
protected
just,
you all with my shield! This is great!
Guar, did you just shatter an entire wall with your
Is this
foot?
Catherine?
Is your foot okay?
This is Catherine. So you see a Triton with a Triton in
Everyone go to
I'd
the
say-
Google Drive.
yes, everyone go to the Google Drive and look at Catherine. I
Oh, I
think
already have
Catherine's
it
probably
open.
still in armor.
Wait, we have a
you
Google
can see
Drive?
long.
Well, I sent you guys a link. Do you want me to send it again of all the NPCs that Joe and I have been talking about? I'll send it again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So while you guys are doing that, there's so you see you see long kind of flowing turquoise hair, still full armor,
Beautiful.
but just beautiful. Seems to be wearing like a darker like lipstick or something. I don't know.
Has a shield.
Her shield is not on her. Shield's on the bed.
Gotcha.
But
Right.
yes, yeah, you see her just kind of float into your arms, Eldrin. Unconscious.
She's unconscious. Okay, so Eldrin will lay her down on the bed, and she will cast at I have a lot of things left. I really should have done more healing stuff.
No,
guys.
I can do. I would say Guar would at that point would go up to her and say, "No, I can do it."
Okay, I mean, yeah, it would. Eldrin not understanding anything. It's like, yeah, it's okay. That's great. Thank you, Core.
Were you gonna heal her, or?
I was going to try, but mine is much weaker than yours at the
Well,
moment.
no, that's fine. And I'll lay on hands and heal her for 10 points.
Okay, cool. Heal her for 5. She's not gonna be a part of combat.
Okay.
Guar grabs your the cuff of your armor right underneath your neck and like pulls you in.
It's every woman with him. What the?
Pulls you in and then punches you at the side of the face.
There's at that Eldrin says, "There's the Catherine I know."
Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
No damage on that, as she rolled pretty low.
How did you get into this predicament?
I mean, she's freaking out. She's freaking out. Wait.
When Eldrin realizes she's actually freaking out, she feels kind of bad, and she's like, "Catherine, calm down."
Where's father?
I was hoping you could tell me that. Was he here?
Where is my father?
I don't know.
Don't mess with me, Eldrin. Where is Darius? Where is my father?
I have not seen him since the council meeting this morning when he left because of something that happened.
Milo's still playing with the...
I tell her what day it is. What happened?
I just got back last night. I don't know. I saw something in my room. I touched it and I got pulled into it, and I heard she looks at you. She goes, I heard someone's voice.
I mean, I sent you a message like 20 minutes ago. Is that what you mean?
Maybe. No. I heard someone's voice.
What did they say?
They told me she's doing everything but winking at you.
Yeah.
They told me everything's going to be okay as long as I stay where I am.
And then they put you in the wall?
We're going to the temple right now. Would you like to come? We'll find your father. We'll figure out what's going on. I don't want you staying here alone.
Yes. She'll be able to explain, I guess. So let's go. Milo, you all start to head out. I'd say as you're kind of like coming down the stairs, swimming down the stairs, whatever. You notice that the coral that you're twisting in your hands starts to glow pink again. And as you guys are heading out, you see the doorway itself start to melt. Just actually, I guess melt isn't the right word. You see coral start to grow very quickly from the wall next to it and close off the space of it. And then you see a face come out much bigger than the face that you saw against the castle. And you see this giant mouth come out. And Saren will say that you're well, both your passive perceptions are pretty high. So Eldrin and Saren, you see another one come out of the side wall as well. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Motherfucker. 15.
Do you want me to roll for Norris and control him, or?
We'll say he acts on your turn.
Okay.
For the sake of time. And actually, we're just going to do this because there's 5 of you and I'm bad with numbers and math. Please just put it in the chat next to you.
Yeah.
Since Norris is going on my turn, can I use his ability where I reroll for initiative?
Yes.
Yes! Natural 20!
Nice.
Do we think Gerard came with us, or is he
It's
back
up to
at the
you.
castle?
Do you want him to stay at the castle or swim with us?
I feel like he wouldn't want to.
At the castle, he doesn't have to wear his little. You guys look ridiculous because you're wearing your like bubbles. At the castle, he doesn't have to.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah, he's just chilling in Eldrin's
He's chilling
room.
with my dad and Bolos.
Yeah.
Bolos is feeding him. Actually, I don't think Bolos is feeding him. I think seaweed's falling out of Bolos's mouth, and what Gerard is eating.
Absolutely.
As he's talking animatedly to my father, who has been in his employer for like 70 years. I'm assuming you go first, Kayla, because your dex is going to be higher than mine.
Okay.
Because mine's a +1. I'm
Yeah.
assuming as a rogue, yours is much higher.
+4.
Yeah, yeah, you beat me on that one. Come talk to me when you need some wisdom.
Hey, I've got a +2. It's not that
Got a
bad.
+4. I guess I should open up Norris's character sheet. We're never gonna make it to the temple, guys, or make it so that Guar can do his retracing of his steps.
Sorry, guys. 1 second. Just looking for something.
Oh, sweet. I'm not last this time.
We saved the best for last.
Yeah, we did. I am going to kill this thing in the face.
Wait, does this thing look like Darius?
No.
Good. Okay. Does it look like tall? I mean, I guess only Guar would know that.
Do I notice if it looks like tall?
No.
So it doesn't look like tall, or I don't notice that it looks like tall?
No.
Does it look like Saris?
Who's Saris?
I don't know. Somebody. It's gotta be
That's
a
a really
guy.
good guess.
I mean,
Really
there's
good guess.
Saros, but he's a guard.
Does it look like anything like that poor unnamed guard number
I was
3
gonna
that we
say-
tormented the other day?
I was
Oh,
going to
that's
say
horrible.
that.
Oh god!
Oh my
I
god.
didn't even get his name.
Yeah, we did. We just forget it.
No, that was Loris is different.
Oh,
The other one that quit. He never came back to his post.
that's right. Thought we were talking
Okay,
about
you
the
guys
Elderman or
ready?
something.
No, I'm not ready.
I am very excited.
Wait,
for
what kind of
this.
armor did my mother give me? Was it plate or was it scale?
Probably would be plate.
Fuck yeah. And
Go to the club.
would she have given me a shield too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, you guys, you ready? Go ahead and put me in focus now, because I'm, like I said, very excited about this.
Well, now I have to add a shield and somehow add some plate. I feel like that's another thing Eldrin and her mom argued about. She's like, "You're a cleric. You're strong enough to wear plate," and Eldrin's like, "No, but I really like the look of the scale, and it's easier to walk around in."
You guys ready?
No. Yes.
Fuck. I hate them
Huh?
so much. I hate them.
Huh?
But they're
Hell
very
yeah, with that lighting. Look at you.
but but they're really pretty, and this is really awesome looking. But I hate
Really
them.
cool.
So this is a point that a DM, not me. The
Some
DM's going
might.
to tell you, don't hold back. Don't fuck around with these guys.
So don't do what we did, what me and Norris did with the crabs, where we're like, we can save them.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I can fix them.
This is bad.
I can.
This is bad.
You guys just don't
Um,
understand them.
Okay. Oh.
All right.
I look at Noros and I say, don't go far from me, because
Okay.
if me and him stay together, we get +2
Yep.
for armor.
Plus your shield.
Yeah, I know. I have a pretty high armor class now, guys. I should always freaking have plate. I'm never giving this back to my mom.
Is it as high as mine though? I mean,
Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna add my +2 with my shield. That gets me to 20. It's 22 now.
oh, you beat me by 1.
As long as Nora stays within 5 feet of me.
Nice.
We only get that for a week, so we only have that for like another couple days.
So it is
4 more, I think, right?
Saren.
Or, oh yeah, no, we've only been married like 2 days, so
Jesus.
we get it for like 5 more days.
Nice.
We gotta get into more battles, guys, while I have this ability. It's the power of love.
Power love. Dun, 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 dun. That's the
You're
one song.
welcome.
Okay. Oh. Nope. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Okay.
Guys, I'm scared. Joe, I wanted to ask your opinion on how call lightning would work underwater. If I can't see the sky, does it still work under here?
I think in my view of it, you have to be able to see the sky, which it like in terms of like the idea that you have to be able to be in direct connection to where the sky would be. You are technically in a domicile.
Oh, okay, so I can't see. Well, hold on. It only says the spell fails. Oh, if for example, if you're in a room that can't accommodate the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as the room's big enough, it works.
This room's definitely not big enough.
Okay.
I'm making the room giant just for the sake of this
Okay.
being interesting.
My question was while I'm underwater, do I not have call lightning? But it doesn't seem like the spell is like that.
Nope.
So okay.
Yeah.
That'd be pity. So
Okay. Saren, you're up. What are you doing?
Oh God. She's just like, kind of. She leans back and just like double psychic blades, like 1 to each of them.
Okay.
At least attempts. That is 19 to hit on the first one.
19 does not hit.
Oh shit. And a dirty 20 on the second.
Dirty 20 just hits.
Oh God.
Son of a bitch.
Let's say the one on the right gets a 8 psychic damage.
Cool. For what you guys see on the screen, do you see the compass reversed? I can't remember.
is the west supposed
no.
to be on the left?
No, it's correct.
Okay.
It's correct. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It is reversed on my screen, and that's on purpose, just to make sure that we're saying the same thing. So we'll say you want to make sure you're saying west and east. North and south are the
Yeah.
same, but
East.
okay, cool. That should be.
Wait, so I just say what I see, and is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you follow the compass.
Okay. I thought
So
you were
that
saying.
should be this
I
one.
was like, are you telling me to calculate like what you're seeing? 'Cause I don't know.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like it's opposite
cool.
on mine, and you had to figure it out.
Saren, I'm just go ahead and do your thing. I'm just going to remind you that you're a rogue. Your bread and butter is your sneak attack on that. But go ahead and roll your damage.
Do rogues also get something more? Is she assassin or anything like that by going first?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Is anybody close enough for me to have sneak attack?
They have to be close to the thing that you're attacking, and no, they're not.
Okay. So I don't get sneak attack.
Is Milo behind Noros?
You put Nora's next to me.
Yes, Milo is behind Nora.
Oh, okay. I see his bald head. Thank you.
I just need
Milo's just looking. Milo's not even looking at
I
what's
just
going
need
on.
Nora's within 5 feet of Eldrin, right? So that's what we need for our.
I can do that.
Thank you.
This room is significantly bigger than the room itself, but we'll roll mechanically the way it is right now.
Way to ruin the immersion.
Sorry. Man, I hate you for saying that. Looking at how hard I worked at this, how
It
dare
looks
you?
amazing. You're the one that keeps telling us it's smaller. You're the one ruined it for yourself, okay? We're like, it looks great, and you're like, guys, I swear, it's not as it's supposed to be smaller. It's not
It's
great.
supposed to be totally different than this. Sarah, what was the damage?
8.
Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Cool. You send that knife out. You see it kind of react to it, at least to the point that you know that it did natural damage. It doesn't seem like it did a lot. Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
You have a bonus action. Oh, you use your bonus
That
action.
was
to
my
attack
bonus
it.
action.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. Cool. Eldrin / Noros.
Eldrin's gonna go first. Eldrin's gonna go first. Is there just 2 creatures in front of us?
Yes.
Just 2.
Eldrin is going to
Just 2.
put her hands out and kind of like the waves like start like circling around her, and then she's gonna push her arms forward really fast, and destructive wave is going to come out of her, and
Nice.
you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 1 second.
And I'm also using. Well, I guess I'm gonna use Channel Divinity. So it's max damage for thunder. I have to roll. I'll do radiant
Okay.
damage.
So I'll roll in the box for the first one. That's an 11.
Okay,
fails,
it had
right?
to be a 16, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can never do that again. You guys know like how desks have the tiny little like hole where you would have like put your wire like cables in and things like that? It bounced out of it and into that. Okay, well that one's gone forever.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, both fail.
Yes. Fuck you, coral shambling mounds.
50 damage.
Holy shit.
50 damage.
Each?
Yep.
Holy crap.
It's because
Nice.
Destructive Wave is a 5th level spell, and it's 5d6 thunder damage, which I got to do at max damage with Channel Divinity, and then I rolled 5d6 radiant damage. So it's radiant and thunder. It's 20 points of radiant, if that means anything, and then 30 points of thunder.
Oh
Man,
my.
cool.
Milo
yeah.
used to be so
Damage.
cool.
It's just
Yeah.
you see them both kind of get rocked back. They both would be knocked prone, correct?
Strike the ground. Take half as much damage. Yeah, they're knocked prone as well.
Cool.
And let me just make sure that my other.
They're
thing-
actually not knocked prone.
Okay.
As you see the legs underneath them kind of give way, and you see immediately other legs kind of come out from the center as the other ones kind of get like almost sucked into the body.
Okay. And then Noros will go. I really should have let him go first. That's mean to make him have to.
I mean,
go
6
after that.
seconds. It's all happening
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
6
time.
seconds. Okay. Noros will do. Yeah, he'll just he'll run forward and I'll say that Eldrin, like if he moves because it's with their same turn, if he moves forward, Eldrin's gonna move as long as they're within 5 feet of each other, and he'll just do a. God, I'm so bad at not Eldrin. Will escape second wind. Okay, yeah, he'll just do a glaive attack.
Okay.
Which, let's see. Let's get my Noros dice out. And he can make 2 attacks, so I'll just roll twice. Are they close enough that he could do 1 to each of them, or no?
With what?
With his glaive attack, because he gets 2 attacks when taking the attack action. So I was
Oh,
wondering
so
if he
taking
could...
2 separate attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can take 2 separate. He can attack one, move, and attack the other.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna attack both of them.
Okay.
Let's 2d20. Oh my god. I rolled a 4 and a 3, but it's plus 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So an 8, a 12, and an 11 do either hit?
No. So I think you see Noros like try to kind of
He's wearing armor he's not used to. It's not his fault, guys.
You see him kind of like almost try to like clothesline both of them with the ends of this, and as he hits one, he kind of like tries to set the other one up to being kind of tries to like put leverage on that to be able to push his whole body into the other one, and you feel what happens is that first one gets pulled into the body.
I would say
Misses.
to make this make more sense too, Eldrin stayed where she was. Noros did that and then did his bonus action of nimble escape to come back to next to Eldrin.
Okay. Cool. You got it. All right. Anything else?
That's it. I think that's all
Okay.
he can do.
You got it. It is their turn.
Do they look like they're hurt at all?
They look like they're pretty hurt. Yeah. Absolutely. It is, so it's now their turn. I need everybody to give a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm next to Guar.
Yep.
What's the range, Guar?
10 feet.
10 feet. So I would say that gets Noros, Eldrin, and Wilbur.
Do you want us to put it in the chat or
No, you can just tell me.
22.
25?
19.
Actually, we'll
25
do
as
this.
well.
The DC is 16. Just tell me if you pass or save.
Beat it.
Passed.
Passed.
Pass.
Pass.
Is a saving throw? Because it doesn't say what Norris is on here. It's just the plus what his dex is, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. 6.
Through
North
you,
failed.
sea creatures.
Eldrin passes. Norris fails.
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 6, and he only gets a +3. Then plus your 4 is not enough, right?
Right.
My love. Is Catherine just
Okay.
like hiding?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Catherine just like kind of jumps behind the sofa. She's
She's really hurt.
she's really hurt. She hasn't like been able to move any part of her body for at least 12 hours.
Erlen would have taught us to, if you can't fight, you need to
Oh.
play nice. So you're.
What are you doing with all those dice?
Yeah, what do you
All
think?
those dice.
So
all those dice
that
inside that.
is 20 damage, halved to 10 to everybody except for Noros.
Okay.
As these, whoa, jeez. As these creatures just start to, and you see barnacles and bits of coral just go and flying and ricochet off all of the walls everywhere, just shooting out at you all.
Milo's gonna use a reaction, deflect missiles.
That will not work here.
What
So
good is it?
Uncanny
As
dodge
it's-
doesn't work either, right?
Uncanny Dodge would work because of the dex saving throw.
Did we ever like long rest?
That's 5.
So like, are we like at all full hit points?
Yeah,
Yeah, except for Eldrin, because she's
Except for-
sparred.
Okay.
yeah, everyone else
I
did.
think I forgot to reset mine.
I freaking lost another D6.
Yeah, and all of you should have, except for Guar did some healing, like lay on hands. Everyone else should be pretty much full on all their spells, except for Eldrin.
Right.
Yep. Okay, that was their first attack. The one that is closest to Guar and Wilbur is going to take one step forward. So it's within 10 feet of Wilbur, and you see just a claw come out and go to try to grab Wilbur. I roll for it.
I use my reaction.
Yeah, go ahead.
Polar Master.
Yep, go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. So it is a it's 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, and then it's 4 or D4 plus 3, I believe. Hang on one second. I'm gonna make sure I said that right. I think it's 1D4 plus.
Just give me the numbers when we're doing this because I don't want to interrupt what's happening here.
Yep. Good. Max.
I don't know what that
damage.
means, man.
Max damage. 7.
Thank you. I don't know what your max damage is.
I was saying I think it's 1D4 plus 0. I had to look for it.
Okay, cool. You notice
Yes,
as you
it is.
go and you stab into the creature, you see it start to kind of start to take. Are you using Celeste?
Yeah. I got it resharpened, right?
I don't think you did, but that's fine.
No, she took Celeste. You don't have Celeste.
Oh, it was my wind saber then.
Yeah, my mother took Celeste and gave it to a
Then
god
you
to
don't have.
sharpen.
Then you didn't do that attack. It's not a polearm.
You're right. I didn't. Okay, never mind then.
Sorry.
Negate. Sorry, my bad. I was gonna ask on my turn, but
That's all
never mind.
good. Okay, Wilbur, you get snatched up by a dirty 20, which I assume, yeah. You were in the grasp of this creature, and you see it kind of turn its head, and you see this big. It's kind of like almost clam-like as it opens its jaws, as it kind of is like has almost like a Pac-Man style head, as the teeth, as the long teeth are kind of like coming out, and you hear this. And you all see as Wilbur gets slammed into the body of this creature. Wilbur, you're restrained.
Well, that's
And
rude.
you're taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's rude.
And as the DM, I'm going to tell you need to get out of there. It is now the other one's turn. It is going to go and try to do the same thing to
No.
Saren. Doesn't even have to move, is 10 feet in front of you. So it takes its 10-foot reach. That is significantly less. That is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, cool. Reaches out to you, Saren. You saw the same thing, and you just happen to kind of dodge out of the way. Okay. It is Milo's turn.
Milo is going to. God, I really don't want to get in range of this thing. For the moment, Milo's going to Full send. Milo's gonna run up and punch the closest bit of coral on this thing.
Cool.
To him.
Milo and Guar have not found out yet what their glass orb things do, right?
You beat me to it. You beat me to it.
Okay. I don't think that. Yeah, we haven't talked about it at all. I was hoping it could help.
Milo, what's the attack?
The attack is, where am I at? See, this is the part that's tough, is math. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
All right, so he is going to use a charge of his, one charge on his wraps.
Okay.
Move that to a D8. That was a 12 damage, and then it's got to do a
what kind of damage?
Force.
Cool.
And then
It has to do what?
It has to do a strength check. DC 15.
Yep, got it.
All right.
Saved.
Okay. He's just rearing back with the left hand, going one more strike. And that was a 19 to hit.
19 misses.
Misses. Okay. He's going to use. What is my? Where my bonuses at? I lost my place on my screen. He's gonna go with a flurry of blows on this one and hit twice for a dirty 20 to hit and
That'll hit.
a 26 to hit.
Both will hit.
All right. So one of those he's gonna use another charge, and that of his wraps, and then he's the other one is gonna be straight. Was 4. So it was 8 damage and another strength check.
Saved again. DC was
right.
15, right?
Roll
Yeah.
enough. Oh, never mind. Go on.
Oh, sorry. And then that was an 11 damage for the second hit.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. And that was this one that you were on.
Yeah, the west one.
Awesome. Yeah, looking really hurt.
Okay. He is going to use. I don't know. No, he's not gonna. He's not gonna run away. He's gonna stand there.
Okay, you got it. Awesome. Guar, it's your turn.
All right,
Wilbur's on deck.
Guar unsheathes his wind saber for the first time in battle.
Yeah, he does.
And says, "Don't let me down." Runs at the east, the one that's got Wilbur, right?
Yes.
And targets the whatever the arm is that has Wilbur caught up and says, "Let him go!" And then attacks. That's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Sweet. So
It's like it's carrying me like a baby.
1d8 plus 4. That is 11 damage. And I'm going to smite at second level.
So as you're doing that, your what is the type of damage from your wind saber?
I believe it's slashing. Yeah.
Cool.
You said 11, right?
Yep.
Okay. You notice it seems to do significantly less than you thought. Still hurts.
Fuck! So I smite.
Okay.
And plus one more. That is 19 additional.
And that is not slashing damage.
Smiting, no, that is radiant.
Radiant. Okay. Yep. Make sure you say specifically what the damage type is, guys.
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. That was massive. For a point of clarification, Wilbur is not in the claw anymore. Wilbur is in like the chest of this beast. It has
Ugh.
slammed it against his body.
Is Wilbur still his own entity, though?
Wilbur is still his own entity right now.
Okay.
Okay. Do my second attack.
Okay.
That is. Oh, by the way, before I say anything, I wanted to use my bonus action, my Hexblade's Curse.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you. So the Hexblade's Curse. Let's see. So the Hexblade's Curse. The curse for 1 minute against the. I gain a +4 bonus to damage roll, score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20, and regain 8 HP if he dies. So that is dirty 20 to hit.
That'll just hit.
Cool. And so that is D8 plus 4. That is 12. Yep, so 12 damage plus the 4, that's 16.
Is the Hexblade's Curse the same amount of damage? Is the same type of damage?
I think so. It doesn't say it's any different, so I guess that would be half
Okay.
the 8.
That sounds right.
And I'm going to smite again, unless
Okay.
I don't need to.
You do.
Okay, I'm going to smite.
Very kind.
I'm gonna just first level this time.
Okay.
That is 12 additional. That's radiant damage.
Nice.
Did I feel like my any of my damage like did less, or was it normal?
Nope. No, I would tell you if it did less.
Okay, cool.
My psychic did a little bit less, right?
No.
Yeah.
Your psychic
No,
is full.
It was
Okay.
fine.
You missed with the first attack.
Okay.
Okay, still up.
Okay, and then yeah, that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay, cool. So you
Wilbur's turn.
It is Wilbur's turn. Wilbur, give me a Constitution saving throw DC 17.
Wilbur, you better survive this.
Is Wilbur technically close enough to me to use the +4?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I failed. Bad.
Add 4. Add 4.
I still failed real bad.
Fuck. Okay.
You all see
Four.
Wilbur start to go from legs that seem to be kind of stuck into the like grooves of this creature to half of Wilbur's body fully immersed in this creature. Wilbur, you start to lose feeling in your legs as they are turning to coral, essentially, but in D&D terms, turning to stone. If you
Be
fail
part
your
of it.
next saving throw, you will be petrified.
You'll be part of Honoria forever.
I don't want to be part of Honoria forever.
He's like, I want to not be underwater
Then
anymore.
don't
I don't
fail the
even
next
want to
save.
be in the water.
Wilbur, it is your turn.
I don't like. What can I even do?
Unfortunately, failing that saving
restrained.
throw, there's no way you're able to do this. You're able to get out by yourself.
Can he do
Yeah.
any of his cool
Can I
like
okay.
primordial shit?
He's hurt.
Because if I do my primordial stuff and I hit it with a lightning strike, it's going to affect me too. Because I'm in this
Uh,
thing, right?
Depends. I'd have
It
to
depends
read
on what
what
the
that
spell
is.
says.
Yeah.
It's just elemental surge.
Because there's some that
Go ahead
say
and-
like you can choose.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so go ahead
hold
and read
on,
it off
let me-
for us.
I gotta find it again. You can channel pure elemental energy into a concentrated bolt of an element of your choice. Lightning strike, you can make a special range attack targeting a creature within 60 feet. You're proficient with this attack, which uses your constitution modifier on a hit. This attack deals 3d8 plus your constitution modifier lightning damage. You can then use a bonus action and target another creature within 30 feet, blah, blah, blah.
So it would be with disadvantage because it's a ranged spell attack.
But could Wilbur attack? Can he see the other one at least and do
Mhm.
damage to that one? So you could do that, and just like expect one of us to help you, which we will.
Well, my only other option that I think I could do is I could summon Beast because it gets to go right after me. That's like the only other way I can help myself.
Right. I mean, you have a short sword. You have things that you can attack with it, but
Or slashing in
Yes.
half.
technically, Fan of the Windwalker is a thrown weapon, but you can use it as a melee weapon.
That's a badass name.
Fan of the Windwalker.
That's the thing he got from Eldrin's dad, right?
It's
Yeah.
like the coolest thing ever. Use it.
Yeah, that's what happens, Milo, when you take a nap in your crab all day. You don't get cool things from Eldrin's dad.
Sometimes
to be
the old
clear,
monk just needs a nap.
To be clear, as far as magic items go, Milo, you got a primordial crab.
True.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, Eldrin also didn't get anything because she was having sex with Noros. So
Hey, you got a really cool blanket.
yeah, I did.
What are you doing, Wilbur? Whatever you are.
Yeah, what are you doing, Milo? Help me.
The other furry one.
So with this war fan, I can really only do like 1d4 bludgeoning damage while closed.
You have a +2 to bonus damage to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. It deals an extra 2d4 thunder damage on a hit.
Hint, hint.
So
Okay,
it'd be 3d4, not 1d4.
3d4. Okay. So how do I know if I hit? Do I just roll a straight 20? I'm confused.
It's just like, so if you look at your actions, it's right there, just like another weapon.
I'm looking at it. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll use Band of the Windwalker then, since I can't really. Wow. That's a 19
That does not hit.
to hit.
Ah,
Okay. But I get 2 attacks per action, so let me just try again.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wait, did you roll a 19 or is it 19 total?
It's 19
hold on.
total.
Meh.
Time out. So.
can I
No,
give her
that-
my Hexblade's curse?
So hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm going to explain in a second. 1 second. Your short sword is only based on your dexterity and your proficiency, and that's why it is +7. Your Fan of the Windwalker is not +7. Your Fan of the Windwalker is +9.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That means you got it.
So
so
that means you got it.
21 to hit. Okay.
That hits.
Woo!
All right. So. I'm
It's the noise
so
Wilbur makes.
sorry.
Don't apologize. You just rolled a 21. You're good.
An extra
We're not-
2d4. Okay,
As we
so
get higher
it would
levels,
be
very confusing. So don't worry about it.
So it's
3d4
3d4
plus 3.
3d4 plus 5.
Holy shit.
Oh,
So do you understand why the normal damage is 1d4 plus 3
and then there's an extra
plus
2.
2d4
okay.
plus 2?
Okay. Hold on. Gotta write down all these fucking numbers. Too much math.
You're doing great, and we're proud of you.
Mhm. We're gonna get
All right.
beers after this.
That is 12 damage on that one.
And oh, actually, I'm so sorry. please roll the 1d4 plus 3 first.
4.
4, half to 2. Not enough. Now roll the 2d4 plus 2. Because that's thunder damage. That's different.
Gotcha.
2. Oh, shit. And 3.
Plus 2, right?
So, yeah, don't just give me the total. I got enough numbers in my head as it is.
All right. 5 plus 2, 7.
7. Okay. Cool. So with that, I would like you to, Wilbur, explain to me, including the new weapon that you have in your hand that is super cool and badass, how you break this thing into a million pieces.
It tried to eat him.
What's it made of? Is it like skinny, like
It's
fleshy,
coral.
No,
or scaly? It's
so-
coral.
It's that.
Hmm.
So it's essentially coral, and you see a bunch of like large barnacles over it. You see that there's actually pieces of like these like long tentacle sort of coral things that are moving within it, and you can see it has hands and a giant mouth.
I feel like even our monsters make Wilbur angry. He's like, they can't even be normal monsters down here. They have to be made of coral? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like with this war fan, because it's like thunder damage, that when it hits this thing for the final blow, like all the little like holes of coral just like look like they just explode apart.
Nice.
I don't even know how to explain that any better.
No, I love that. I think initially you see Wilbur like unfurl the fan, stick it into the rock, and there's just like a solid second where everybody is like, Wilbur, what are you doing? And then you see it.
I think when it explodes too, we're all scared, right? Because we don't see Wilbur. If it explodes, Wilbur could be exploding. Like,
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I
Except
thought
that
of is like
Wilbur
that the scene in the Matrix where the helicopter hits the building and it like ripples and goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see
For the
Wilbur do a
record-
really cool.
When the chaos clears, Wilbur's gonna be standing there with his little fan, just going like this.
Love it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
While
Fantastic.
while continuously saying, "I fucking hate it down here."
Awesome. Wilbur, I hate to tell you this, but that was your first attack.
Oh,
kill that other thing, Wilbur. Do it.
Kick his ass,
is
Seabass.
the other one looking like super hurt? I can't even remember.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm not gonna be too terribly fancy because I'm exhausted. So I'm just gonna pull out my good old trusty longbow and shoot at
Okay.
this damn thing with my little twiggy blights, of course.
I'm going to tell you right now, you notice that your normal damage from your weapon, from your fan, did not do a lot of damage to it.
What?
It
It's
is resistant
resistant.
to certain types of damage.
I.e. slashing.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I guess
So-
I'm gonna use the fan again for a little thunder damage.
Cool.
Let's go.
Eldrin's so proud that you're
Um,
doing thunder damage. She's like so happy right now.
So is Guar. Guar is
So-
too.
I think I have to move up a little bit closer.
Oh, sorry. Let me get this big honking dude out of the way. Yeah.
Joe, those are really cool though.
They are
Mhm.
amazing.
Like I probably need to move close, like at least 10 to 15 feet closer,
You're there now.
and then I'll just like whip the fan to do some more thunder damage. Ooh. That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Okay. All right. So I have to roll 1d4 first, right?
Yes. Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, so that one's 3.
So here's the thing. So 1d4 plus 3 is piercing damage. Or excuse me,
Okay.
it should be slashing damage, but
So,
whatever,
so
it doesn't
6,
matter.
so it's half to 3.
So 6.
Yeah,
So
cool,
half to 3.
awesome.
Okay.
Just to let you know on that, right? You want to include the modifier in that if there's a reason
Okay.
to do different damages.
Okay. I swear
now
I will
2d4
get
plus
this
2?
eventually.
No, you're totally fine, hon. You just got the weapon. You're totally fine.
So 2 and 1. A total of 3 plus
2,
5? No, 2. Yeah, so 5 total.
5 total.
Okay.
So that was 3.
8 total.
Plus 5. Ooh, it's still up.
Oh. Saren, finish this.
It's still up. Saren, you see this thing tried to grab out at you, and you see it kind of just this big, kind of moving monster of rock and coral and barnacle and everything that you've seen under here that represents almost everything in Honoria as far as terrain goes. What do you do?
First, just in case, she's gonna disengage the fuck out of its reach and
Cool.
go hide behind Eldrin and Noros just a little bit.
Okay, cool. Mechanically, yeah, that's fine. You're good.
She wants
Cool.
to get some range so she can get a really good shot with her psychic blade.
Awesome.
And so she just whips it up there again. And that is, I forgot I have a thing called homing strikes where I can add a d8 to my roll with my psychic thing.
Whoa.
Well, that's like my attack. So that is a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Whew.
Yay.
Thank goodness for
And
homing
then-
strike. Yes, 21 hits.
And then, oh my gosh, let's see.
Does she get sneak attack?
She
Yep.
does get a sneak attack. As Milo chose not to move.
Good job, Milo.
Thank you, Milo.
You did it.
Is Duchess here? Does she fight with us? no,
She's-
she
she's
can't be
outside.
inside. Yeah.
You're
okay.
in the house.
Yeah, I left
We're in the
Duchess outside.
house.
If this had carried on anymore, I was gonna call Duchess in, but
Just
But, oh my God.
just destroy the house.
23.
I mean,
I can't-
come on. The Amaraths
can't-
are rich. They can get a new house.
I
all
can't
right?
wait for that though. Whatever Duchess can fight with us. Holy cow.
So that'll be a 31
Jesus.
psychic damage.
Holy
With my
crap.
one single psychic blade.
That's
Holy
amazing.
crap.
Go ahead and tell me how you do this.
Oh, Saren!
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yes. So she runs back and runs behind Noros and then just says, "You're not taking another one of us," and just like whips it up like right at where its head would be. And it just like rumbles out from the psychic blade as the psychic blade disappears.
Awesome. As you guys see this thing crumble into pieces, this was just for the sake of explaining this was less of an explosion than what happened with Wilbur. So you see it kind of crumble to the ground, and then you see the pieces seem to almost melt into the ground.
Okay. Does
We
any
are out of
gold
initiative.
fall out of them, or
No,
like?
surprisingly, these creatures. No, you find one health potion. No.
Dang.
Is there
God,
any
I hate that.
ominous pink glowing coming from anything?
No.
Just my
so
heart.
we are out of initiative, and we are going to take this moment to take our 10-minute break.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys at 10:46 now. I'll see you guys at 10:56.
All right.
Ah.
Bye. Very nice, guys. All right. Oh, that was fun. Everybody's still alive.
So neither of them had Darius's face.
Neither of them had Darius's face. I mean, they didn't seem to have a human face either.
Okay.
Wait for Lorian to come back. Yeah, I was very excited to show you guys those things.
Sorry about that. I was talking with my mother-in-law.
No excuse.
Oh, well. I was gonna tell you why, but then you'd feel bad for saying no excuse, so never mind.
Oh, nope. Sorry. I hope everyone's okay.
We're
or
putting
gonna
a
be.
dog down on Friday.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The new one?
Sorry.
No. The puppy. Yes.
So
No,
messed
the
up.
old boy. It's
Oh,
sad.
I'm sorry.
He's in a lot of pain, so it's time. It's just really sad.
Holy shit!
There's no.
Really wanted. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then as soon as Joe said there's no excuse, I'm like, well, last time he said something like that, that was when Duchess died. So let's.
No, I
Good
deserve
Lord.
it. It's fine.
Sorry, Joe.
No, totally fine.
I made
deserve
Mike's
that.
day though, so that's all that matters.
Yes, absolutely.
Technically, Jamie did, but yes.
The puppy.
Holy cow. Cool. All right. So jumping back in, you see Catherine get up, look at you all, run upstairs to grab her shield, and you see her like putting the backpack on from where she was. You see her kind of like come down the stairs, and you can tell that she's tripping a little bit, and actually you even see like her hand kind of go against the wall, and you see just a little bit of blood from her hand kind of like comes down the wall. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you okay?
She was just in a wall. Of course she's not okay.
I'll be fine.
Do you need healing?
Be careful. She'll punch you in the face if you heal her.
I'm not trying to be shitty right now. I'm asking honestly, do you need anything?
I haven't been able to do my morning rituals today.
We'll get to the temple. It'll be safe there, and you can do them there.
Might be safe. We don't know.
It will be fine.
Okay.
You can ride on my primordial crab if you.
I'm
If you want.
sorry.
Yeah,
It's not a euphemism. It's okay.
It's a long story, Catherine. As we're walking out, I'm like guiding everyone out because I don't
Yeah.
think we want to be in this house.
Yeah, I think there's a like dug in skull of a giant.
Yeah.
Just in front of the house.
I guess number one, these are the people I've been traveling with on land. We call our. Never mind. But
You forget it's the mongooses. We're the mongooses.
Yeah.
Geese.
this is Milo.
Mongooses?
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. My father.
I'm just trying to get you up to speed on our way there to the temple. We can go in silence if that's what you'd like.
That's fine. I heard you shouting in the middle of the match. I heard everybody's name. You're Milo. You're Lookout. You're. I got it.
Okay.
Guar looks at Wilbur and goes, "The girls are fighting."
Okay, we're going to the temple, right?
Yes, we're going to the temple.
Okay, come on, this way.
Great. Awesome. I
leads.
know the way, Catherine.
she definitely like she's I mean, nothing breaks this. She like kind of moves a little bit ahead of you. Just to show that she's leading.
Milo's gonna climb on top of Duchess and follow.
Look out! We don't have time to be climbing on. And I think like Duchess kind of gets up.
He wasn't lying.
As I said, but now you don't get to ride up here.
I'm gonna try to climb up on Duchess too.
Is Milo okay with that?
Now that's a question.
I love that there's a pause.
Great, I'm gonna die trying to hang out with Milo.
You get a crab leg to the chest.
70 points of damage.
No, you double, so you die instantly.
Milo's fine with it. He's gonna say, but don't put your foot there. Just to.
Oh, I won't. I'm sorry.
Just to mess with Guar. There's no.
I just asked if Milo was okay with that. I didn't say it happened. Guar, roll me an animal handling check.
Okay. This is not going to be good.
If Milo wasn't okay with it, it would have been a disadvantage.
Okay. I got a nat 20.
Fantastic.
21.
Cool. You grab on top. I'm going to roll to see why this is working. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you kind of crawl on top and you see this as you guys are walking. And it's a super serious moment. You're like trying to go and save the entire world again. But as this is happening, you see one of this weird sort of tentacle like beady eye just turn fully 180 and looks at you, Guar, and just kind of blinks twice.
Milo is going to rub the. I don't want to say this sentence. Milo's going to.
It wasn't going to be weird. Now it is.
Milo's going to pet the eye stalk, and say, "Don't worry. I promise, just this once."
Okay, now it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Maybe. I promise, just this once.
Oh my gosh.
Do you often stroke her tentacles?
As we're walking, because Norris and Catherine have never met. Norris has heard about Catherine because Eldrin and her have just disagreed forever on things. Yes. Eldrin's just going to say, Norris, Catherine, Norris.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. And she just keeps on walking. Norris goes. Norris, I think, probably had his hand out and just kind of.
Okay.
I say in primordial to him, "It's okay, love. She's difficult."
I can hear you. I also speak primordial, just like everyone else in Honoria. Or did you forget?
Not everyone. I don't.
Either.
Eldrin's like walking forward. She's talking while she's walking, so she's like, doesn't know why Catherine's being so difficult.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you kind of do. Yeah, so talking while walking. Eventually you get to the temple.
Right before we get there, when it's in sight, I do say, in all seriousness though, Catherine, there's something going on right now with Erlin, and I need to speak with her, and I'm not sure how this is going to go.
I don't understand why you get to speak with her.
Because I'm the future queen of Honoria, and I've been sent here to do so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Future queen. The first question on your mouth should be, where is my father?
I'm going to ask her that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just letting you know. what's going on.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And you guys come up to the temple itself, and general perception, everything looks pretty fine. But feel free to roll any checks you want.
There's no giant manta rays like anywhere. Okay.
No.
Eldrin's.
I will make a point of this too, because I kind of figure if this was ever like, if this ever turned into like an animated series or whatever, there's a lot of perception checks and things like that I've had you roll throughout the few days that you guys were doing sessions in the castle. There were manta rays like you failed all of them, like they were there.
People
which is what
saw
made
them,
it so
obviously.
funny. Yeah,
Right.
people
Okay.
saw them.
Cool. Yeah. So Eldrin.
How close can Duchess get before it starts getting weird?
As far as wall to wall,
Just to the temple. I don't think Milo's gonna like have her come into the temple, but
yeah, there's no way. The entrance, I guess, is the answer to your question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Milo's gonna he's just gonna point like over off so she's not blocking the entrance and say, just wait over there. We'll be right out.
So anyone else can do any checks they want, but I just want to explain. Eldrin is just on a mission and is not thinking probably clearly, and she's thinking there is an explanation for this, and I'm just going to go to Erlin's office. So she's just marching forward.
Cool. Yeah, you march forward. You see a couple of people. Well, I think the rest of the group sees a couple of people kind of nod to Eldrin and give like a small bow. Eldrin, completely ignoring all of them, goes straight to the back office. Do you knock or do you just push the door open?
I push the door open.
Cool. You push the door open and you see Erlin's office has always been at the back part of the temple. So there is a back wall here. You see some sort of like painting or portrait that's like put up here to like to make it not look crazy, like terrifying in the room, or boring. You see that we'll say it's like a painting of a painting of a famous artist's portrayal of what they think Persona looks like.
Oh yeah, and we said, actually you said that last time, and I said it's totally wrong.
Oh,
I don't know
love
if you
that.
remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. ADHD. I mean,
Yeah.
Self-diagnosed ADHD. That's amazing.
I'm pretty positive because I remember thinking, and I said in game, Eldrin knows what Persona looks like, and you're like, yeah, it looks nothing like him.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. So you see that painting is in the corner, and I'd say judging from the things that you've noticed with the surroundings of this wall looks oddly bare. But you don't see Erlin.
Yeah. Do I know, like, I'm going to go over to the bare wall. Is there like a doorway that I wasn't aware of there that was hidden by this like painting?
What are you doing?
I'm looking for like a seam or something, or like a.
Okay.
And then when I definitely can't find it, I'm going to complain to Saren to help me.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You will say definitely in a way that you realize that you need your party, you need your friends, your group. You're not able to find it, and then you call Saren over.
Yeah. So I say, Saren, there used to be a painting here, and it's not here anymore, and this wall looks weird, and Erlin's not here. Is there any way you can tell me if there is a room beyond this wall? Please.
I'll do my best as long as it doesn't turn into a giant cruel monster again.
Hopefully not. There's supposed to be protections in this temple.
And so what am I
Although
rolling?
there's also supposed to be protections on this, whole Honoria. Thanks, Varus.
You're welcome. You hear that in your mind.
He's crying on me.
Was that like investigation?
Or like,
Yeah, that would be
What is
investigation.
okay.
Uh, 28.
My God.
Cool.
The highest I could do on that is a 20 with a nat 20 because I have +0 to investigation.
I have a +9.
Investigation. You're looking for creases. You're looking for anything.
Saren looks at things that Eldrin wouldn't have even thought of to look at. She's like, oh, yeah. Okay.
And as you're looking at this, as you're trying to look at this wall, I think you also perceive like areas around it. So you see like the ceiling and the floor and things like that, and you notice that the weird thing between the in the idea of like noticing the terrain of everything in Honoria, there is like slate rock for the floor everywhere in this temple, and then the walls themselves seem to be like dead coral that's kind of just built on top of each other. That's been most likely kind of like sanded down and things like that. You notice that in this moment with that investigation check, you notice that there's an area of the floor that is actually the same texture as the wall. It is not that slate sort of thing. You actually see there is again, it's been like sanded down, but it does look to actually be a similar texture to the wall.
He relays that to Eldrin.
Okay. Does that seem then like maybe there's like a trap door in the floor? Am I not understanding this correctly?
Yeah, I was also kind of trying to figure out what was happening.
So it's kind of like the idea. So the way that I'm kind of trying to make you guys visualize it is if you were to throw, let's say you're like in an unfinished basement and you throw paint on the wall and how it kind of gets down onto the floor. That's what you're seeing right now. But the paint's representing the coral. Sorry, the coral is representing the paint in this way. So there's a wall of coral, and almost the entire floor is a slate rock, except for this one area right up against the wall.
And the coral doesn't look like the creepy coral, right?
No, like I said, it's been like sanded down, like in a way that most likely a lot of the pieces in the castle have been.
Okay. So with that, I guess I would feel around to see if there's any way to like open a door where this like stuff is, like where it's different.
Yeah. I mean, above board, I'll tell you, Saren rolled a 28. That's not exactly what we're looking for here. So.
Oh, okay.
There's not like a desk with a hidden button underneath it or anything.
No, I would say with a 28, I would have given that to you.
I don't know. I'm at a loss completely.
Sure. I mean, you got the rest of your party. The rest of you guys have been silent over there. Any ideas?
Milo's, once he notices that Milo's going to go over to the coral on the floor, and he's had a rough day with odd bits of coral today, and with his quarterstaff, like poke at it pretty hard.
Cool. Yeah, it feels pretty hard.
That's what she said.
Indeed.
Guar kicks the coral.
Cool. I mean, comically, like assuming that the whole wall is gonna burst open. I think you like the first time you were like, all right, I don't want to break this whole building. So you just kick once, and it's like it's a small kick, no
Right.
look, and then you give it full force. Nothing.
Right.
Eldrin's gonna sit in Erlin's seat and like kind of like look around her desk and kind of just, I don't know, I guess investigate along like to see if there's anything of interest that could help her right now. I mean, if Erlin is like actually like in trouble, maybe she did the Guar thing of writing something down without looking, or that kind of stuff.
I'll say as you're looking at the desk.
Feels really good to sit at the high priestess's desk too. You know what?
Yeah. You pull up a rolly chair and you just.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I like this.
It's a nice chair. No. You look at the desk and you see there are books on possession.
Okay, which makes sense because I asked her about that.
Right.
I kind of leaf through them. Is there anything that's like left in them? Any like maybe she left like a note in any of them, or there's like maybe she's a monster and she dog-eared a page instead of putting a bookmark.
Like
full,
a monster.
full highlighter.
Yeah.
The book becomes a mimic just because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me a luck check. I'll give this to you.
An 8.
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
Looking in this book of possession, you notice that there are things about demonic possession, in a way, celestial possession, which is technically a thing.
Yeah.
And you see another thing that does talk about like aberrational possession, that like talks very, very briefly about these beings that were called on the surface as mind flayers.
What, mind flayers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like last time I dispelled magic, I accidentally killed Catherine, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, Eldrin, I don't like this, but Eldrin, I think it makes sense because when we did one of those flashback things, and it was Eldrin's mom trying to teach her not to just depend on her magic to get things done. Do you remember when she like shattered the coral and everything? When Eldrin gets frustrated, she goes back to that. So she is looking. I feel like she's looking through like the papers on the desk, like leafing through like the books, and like just finally just slams the book down and says, this is going nowhere. This is ridiculous." And then he's going to go over to the part of the wall and floor, and she's just going to shatter.
Okay, cool.
Because she didn't learn her lesson apparently when she did that before.
I love it. Go ahead and do whatever shatter does. I forget. Hold on, sorry, 1 second.
If it's a blah blah blah. Okay, so I tell everyone to step 10 feet back.
Mm-hmm.
A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. If it's not a creature and it's a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried, also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess you just
I mean, I think there's no reason for a Constitution saving throw. It definitely does damage.
So it just does 3d8 damage.
Yeah, I'll say this. Go ahead and roll your spell attack modifier for me.
So the modifier or the spell attack? Because my spell attack's +8, but my modifier is +4.
I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Your spell attack.
15.
The 15, you managed to you managed to break apart an area of the wall where you see there is more wall behind.
Okay.
And you're kind of like, I assume you kind of centered it on that like corner area, right? Or did you say
Yeah,
the
'cause
wall?
I centered it on, so it's a 60, no, it's a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point. So I'm gonna center it in the area that looks different, like the corally area that you said is like, yeah.
Cool.
And then
Yeah.
should I
So
roll
say
the
you
3d8 or no?
No, I kind of gave your spell attack as the
Okay.
idea of like what does that. Because you're basically essentially digging with it.
Yeah, I'm frustrated too, and
Yeah. Makes total sense. You slam it, and I'd say you probably put in about a 3-foot dent into the corner with the wall and the floor. You don't see like a hole or anything other than the remains of a busted in wall and floor.
okay. Yeah, so Eldrin, like I said, frustratingly, like kind of like not screams, but more of a like a frustrated like grunt or whatever, does the shatter thing, and then when nothing really happens or reveals itself, she's like, "What the hell am I supposed to do? This is ridiculous."
Catherine comes running up. Okay, I mean, I'll try it. And she also casts Shatter. Rolled pretty well. So another 4 feet of rock goes in. Still nothing. It doesn't look like this is the answer.
Eldrin is going to. She has 2 more charges on Anrin's bracelet.
Before that happens, I think Guara is going to get out his lantern of revealing again, just to see if there's anything. I don't know, any marks or hints or clues of anything that we're not seeing.
I'll give you this. You show your lantern of revealing, and you do see steps.
Like stairs or like footprints?
Stairs.
Okay.
That seem to be leading down. As you kind of like try to walk into them, you can feel that you're blocked by the stone.
I relay that information to the rest of the group, especially Eldrin.
Everybody. I actually specifically checked this. Everybody can see what you see.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. Saren, roll me a history check.
Mm, 12.
Okay. What color were those coral?
Pink.
So this is pink.
That's what you get with the 12.
Okay. Eldrin uses one of the 2 sendings that she has left, and she's gonna be more calculated in what she says. Okay, how do I want to do this? I've come for our chat. I'm finding it difficult to get to you. Any direction would be appreciated. I trust that you have my best interest at heart.
In your own words,
Aldrin, how would you describe Erlin's demeanor normally?
She's normally no nonsense and very direct, and which Eldrin appreciates a lot. So I don't know if you want more than that. I feel like she's just very, yeah, very
Nope.
direct, no nonsense.
Honestly, I kind of knew that. I was using that to kind of remind the group.
Yeah.
What you hear back is, Aldrin, no, I said to leave. I said.
Oh God. Okay. I think Eldrin just starts. Eldrin like. How do I want to play this? Eldrin puts her hands on like either side of her head and just starts like muttering no 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 like and like trying, and she is freaking out. You guys heard what she said, but you didn't hear what got said back to her. So
I'd say Guar would rush to her side, seeing her freak out, because that's not like Eldrin. And say, what happened?
she's in trouble, and I don't know. Something has her, and it's. I don't know what to do, Guar. We shouldn't have come here. We should not have come here. I don't mean here. I mean we should not have come here from Imea. What if we brought this here?
I think it was here already. I don't think we brought it here. We're not carriers. Tal's influence is reaching everywhere, and we need to stop it everywhere it is. This isn't your fault. The stairs lead down. Maybe if you direct your shatter at the floor instead of the wall.
Aldrin, just for the sake of, that's not it.
Do I think that a dispel magic could make it so that we could walk through to these stairs?
Roll an Arcana check.
Uh, 13.
I think with a 13, you know that dispelling the magic that was keeping Catherine in the wall just stopped the wall from allowing her to breathe, essentially. It didn't tear down the wall.
Okay.
Milo. I think there's a moment where for Milo, this is where Milo kind of takes a step back and goes, this is clearly a job for spellcasters. Like I can't do anything. So you take a step back, and I'd say you probably kind of like slump down maybe on the floor up against the wall, and you feel like you kind of just drop your bag. You hear a clink.
While he's doing that, I'm like, so the spellcasters are trying to figure things out. I turn to Catherine and I'm like, I know you didn't do your rituals today, but do you have anything prepared? Do you have meld with stone? Can you?
No.
Nothing. You've been here. You finished your test of land already. You've been here with Erlin. Has she said anything to you?
No. She sent me off on a mission weeks ago. I just got back.
Milo's gonna hear the clink and like lift himself up by his hands and kind of sit down again, like slide down the wall again.
It came from your bag.
A bag.
I just like the idea of like Milo doing that and experimenting as Catherine and Eldrin are arguing,
clink,
and
clink.
she's like, and Eldrin's like, well, you couldn't prepare any, like you have nothing useful? Is that what you're telling me right now?
I've spent 12 hours locked inside of
Okay,
a
that's
wall, not
12
sure if I was going to
hours.
die or not.
That's 12 hours that you weren't using any spells, so maybe
Eldrin,
you have something.
Eldrin, it's not her fault. She was into the wall.
Milo's gonna grab the. I'm assuming the orb. Milo's gonna go grab
Okay.
the orb and hold it out and just like shake it a little bit.
Cool. Nothing happened.
He's shaking it. I'm like, she was in a wall for 12 hours. I'm so sorry. She's fine now. What were you doing before then? Like, just
I was coming back from a several weeks long journey trying to do some excavation for Erlin.
okay. Well, we need to figure something out because she's in trouble and she's always been there for us. So maybe if you help me think,
I'm trying. I don't know.
Cora looks at Milo.
Milo's
like,
gonna
"What do you
start
think?"
like he's gonna
Milo like rolling.
He's gonna roll the orb across the floor.
Okay.
Like I'm assuming he's on the opposite wall from the stairs we're looking at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you roll it on over. It just king.
Is now really the time to play catch, Milo?
Cora's gonna stomp on
I'm
the
not
orb.
catching it. I just rolled it away, and now I'm gonna go catch it. That's how this game works. So he gets up and grabs it.
Who is this lookout guy? I don't understand. What?
He's someone who can befriend a primordial crab and go to the wait, what's the thing called? What is it called? What is it called? Jim?
Guar stomps on the orb.
Okay.
Um,
You shatter the orb into a million pieces.
I say the name of the place.
Why'd you stomp on the orb? I was grabbing it.
I thought there was something inside.
Give me yours. You have one. Give me.
Yeah,
give me
here,
yours.
fine. Here, take it.
Milo's gonna stand on top of the steps, holding the orb and berate Guar. Like, why do you just try to smash everything? Why, like?
Because I thought there was something inside of it.
As they're yelling,
right?
I'm like, apparently he's someone who went to the great memory and got to do that before we even had the chance to do it. That's who he
What's
is.
the great memory?
Oh, it's this rock thing. It showed me a vision. It's this coral thing.
I don't understand. You always seem to know the answer. So why don't you tell me, Princess Eldrin, what the answer is?
Well, I normally do know the answer, but I've tried everything I can think of, and it's not working.
Okay, so when you don't know, now it's my fault that I don't know?
Milo's gonna put Guar's orb in his bag.
Wilbur. Roll me a religion check.
Pretty sure that's like great. 18.
You had a connection with Guar for an instant. And your mind is it's just built a little bit differently than Guar's, I think. So there's a little bit more of a well, first off, you haven't been possessed by Tall, but you did make a connection.
I'm going to say...
As you hear arguments being had with 4 people in this group, all pretty much yelling at each other, you hear laughter.
As that's happening with Wilbur, I think I just yell at Catherine, just shut up for 1 second and let me think, please.
Everyone, stop yelling.
And what is it with you now?
But,
Wilbur, we're just
stop.
talking.
He's laughing at us.
What do
Tells
you
everybody to shut the fuck up. Everybody stop. Charles' connection and his power is based on how much pain we feel.
Milo, you know that's not the only thing that would clink in your bag as Guar says that.
Jar of magic?
Yeah, does Milo have the goop?
It's literally in your inventory.
Yeah.
While Milo's looking
It's a
through
fried
his bag.
chicken in your turban.
Oh, the jar of blood?
While Milo's looking in his
Oh,
bag,
I have a.
Eldrin turns to Wilbur and says, "Wait, Wilbur, you did this with Guar. You've met Erlin. You can see through her, right?"
What good is that going to do right now?
Maybe you can figure out where she is.
You could find out where she is. Okay, go do it. Do it. She you see Catherine kind of get almost in your face.
At that, I like walk up and I'm like, "Do not get in his face. Do not tell him what to do."
So here's how I picture this going. Like, it is just fighting. Just constant. This entire room is just bursting with this negative energy.
I feel like Noros is probably trying to calm Eldrin down, and she like maybe snaps at him and is like, "Stay out of this." Like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Guar, now that Guar's like figuring out like the connection, and you said I heard Wilbur say he's laughing at us. I know that there's pain connected to Tal's influence, so I'm trying to get everybody to just like take a breath.
Cool. And then people are just getting mad at you.
Probably.
Milo.
And Milo.
There's just. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go.
No, go.
Oh, damn.
You're gonna give us the answer.
Yeah, Milo's as he puts Guar's orb in his bag and hears it clink against the jar that he hasn't thought about in a while. He realizes if this is something to do with Tal, it's going to have to involve blood. So he pulls the jar out of his bag and like opens it a little bit. And he's going to finger paint on the like stair cover. It's gonna be a really, really bad fish.
Cool. You just draw an ichthus on there.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's how I picture this happening. And I think this is super early, but I think we're gonna end the session here just because it's super fucking cool in my head. You see people just at each other's throats, Milo. And you did the same thing until you heard that clink and you heard Guar saying it. And Guar is trying to calm everybody down, and everything just goes into slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
As you open the jar, thunk, and you look at it and you see it kind of just swishing around. And you see there's these little tiny like metallic like looking flakes in it. And I think as you like walk by, there's just like this very like slow movie scene where like you walk through people. And you go behind the desk and you mark out. Do you actually draw a fish?
Yeah.
I love it. Fantastic. Yeah. You just draw a little fish. Give it a little happy face. As you watch the stones start to give way to this stone stair underneath. And you remember our favorite phrase, magic is in the blood. And you all stop.
I see that Milo solved everything, and I say, "Are you kidding me?"
And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
He should be the Triton.
And Milo just chugs the jar.
And you become tall. That's a you just become tall from that.
Oh yeah, isn't that wait, no, it was a piano. That's how we got the stairs last time, right?
Right.
Like in Brunte.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We needed a piano. Milo was looking for one.
So yeah, so this was well, welcome back, gang. We've been role playing for so long that heavy combat and puzzles became like I saw a very clear like nope over everybody's face for a second.
So when you so I have a question. When
Yeah,
you're
please.
when we're doing like puzzles like that, because I was at a point where I had no idea like what's your expectation, like, because was there more I could have figured out, because I was just like I have no idea what to do now.
I think the point of it is the idea that like so I did kind of lay about clues, but I also like I really wanted to elongate this scene because I think
Okay.
it just made sense that you know, not because I thought everybody would just start yelling at each other, although that was super on par and that was so great. I think the idea is that not everything's going to be easy. Like from a mechanical standpoint, for the past like 4 or 5 sessions, everything's been relatively pretty easy. This was kind of like a step up of like, okay, I'm going to put this challenge in front of them and see what happens. And I did give hints. I mean, the coral was pink. The coral being pink represented tall. What was tall's main like mantra?
Yeah.
So
I have a freaking jar of blood too. I should have
Mhm.
thought of that.
Yep. And I loved like giving like so. And then I gave you like kind of the glass clink thing, and you're like, "Oh, glass open." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, yep. There's that too." But
Love that I randomly was like, let's introduce Catherine, who is the person that Eldrin argues with the most when she's around, besides her siblings.
Yep. I wanted to wait. Honestly, so this is kind of funny thing. I wanted to wait on Catherine just because I knew that you were expecting Catherine.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna put her away for a little bit until it really becomes important.
Yeah, and I felt like it made sense because I was like, well, her father's missing. I can't find him, and
so yeah, Wilbur almost died.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, technically, Wilbur would have been stone.
yeah.
So
you don't die from petrification, do you?
You don't die from petrification, but you do die from lack of oxygen.
Okay.
So,
well, my next turn, I was planning on like either trying to kill it or going up and slapping a death ward on Wilbur.
Yeah, I think it was something like, I don't know. It's something that we definitely could have talked about because I think the petrification sort of thing is tricky, like because the way the Critical Role does it is that they're just like put on pause for forever until someone, you know, casts a greater restoration or whatever. And I mean, like if we think about the idea of like what, I mean, so a lot of D&D is built on the idea of like myths and things like that. So looking at like petrification is based off of the like Jason the Argonauts, the whole Medusa sort of thing. When Medusa turns you into stone, you're dead. It's not a, you know, there's no like thing of like you're on pause for the rest of your life. No, you're dead. So that's my perspective on it. Obviously, I would have definitely allowed a conversation about it for sure, but I also knew Wilbur was just going to make it out. I knew it. Holy shit. 50 damage to both.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love that channel divinity where I can do max damage on Thunder.
Yeah. That's insane.
I can only do it twice per short rest, but still.
Yeah, I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's just super strong.
Yeah.
It also like these things I really love how I built these things. But these things also are meant to suck. They're in a way that like in the D&D world, like there's things like gorgons and other beings that can almost just petrify you just by you being in its presence. which is I was excited to bring to the group because it's a new type of scary.
Yeah.
So
was Catherine petrified?
Catherine, I don't want to
Or
say anything yet.
You don't want? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. You're almost there. You'll know by next week for sure what
Okay.
happened. Yeah. Wilbur got to use his super cool, their super cool fan. So that was cool.
I
That's
am
cool.
excited to find out what my blanket is.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point it'll happen after you find whatever's.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out once you get back to the castle.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there like admittedly there are things that like I sometimes give magic items on the idea of like what makes sense on like I know I want to give you something here, I know exactly what, so I'm going to describe it to you, and then I'm just going to say to you, yeah, I'll put it in your character sheet later, which gives me plenty of time to actually figure out what the heck mechanically it is. So in this case, that's exactly what happened with the blanket.
Okay.
But now I know what it is.
All right.
Cool. Any other like questions or like things about before we do kudos?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Cool. You guys are quiet tonight.
My brain hurts so much. I'm so not good at puzzles.
Oh no, I'm not either. It's
I
the
like
worst.
I like room puzzles like that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work in my brain.
It's all good. It's all good.
But
There's
I
only
used to get-
10 more in this dungeon, so
I used to get so
Oh, sick.
frustrated with my other DM because he'd be like, "I've given you everything you need," and we would all just stare at him and be like, "You just think you've given us
Obviously
everything you need
not.
because you have the answer, so it's easier for you. So shut up."
did you guys well, okay, so honest question, did you guys think that was too hard?
No.
No.
No, I would. Yeah, no. Now that I know what it was, no, I was just frustrated in the moment because I was like, I don't know what else to do. I'm horrible at puzzles.
Well, I think from a role playing perspective, it makes sense that we would all be angry at each other. It's like and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia scene where they're just like yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but I
Joe,
also
you fully called out like the glazed over this is a spellcaster thing from me. I was like, nah, Milo ain't got nothing.
Oh no, I see. Like for the record, like I think this is also like the teacher thing. When I see people that are just like this,
Yeah.
or like this with their hands down, like I assume they're looking at a phone or anything else but what I'm doing, which is totally fine. I get it. But I also thought that was what was really great about that was like having that extended silence made a very cool scene of like a group breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which I didn't plan on, but I loved how everybody just started getting really angry at each other, and then I was like,
"Did I put Catherine in danger by bringing her into the story?"
No, I think Catherine. Man, I don't know how this is gonna work because, like, mechanically speaking, Catherine is not gonna be helping you guys out.
Yeah.
So, but roleplay wise, there's no way she wouldn't be with you guys.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll probably put her AC at like 22 with that shield.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
she'll
she's still
give-
at 10 hit points. She's. I feel like Erlin would have, like I said in game, like Erlin trained us to be like, you're not an idiot. If you can't fight, you find a place to hide and protect yourself, so people don't have to protect you and waste their time. Like.
Right. Yeah. It's yeah. So I think she's probably with you guys, but I'd say she's probably not part of the combat. I would say if there was an area effect sort of thing, I might roll for her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I felt bad too because I was like, man, I really kill off almost all of Eldrin's NPCs. But when
Yeah.
when you did the dispel magic, I was like, that's the only thing that's keeping her alive. And so you turned that off, and I was like, I
Now
can't. Like, she's
I'm
dead.
wondering. I mean, I know you can't tell us, but now I'm wondering if like, because that is different than what was going to happen to Wilbur. It seems. So now I'm like
Mhm.
curious, like, because Milo saw Darius in it. I'm like, is this something separate in the sense of like a protection from like, I don't know, like.
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened to Darius is what would have happened to Wilbur.
Okay.
Wilbur would have became the title of this episode.
Okay.
I don't like to be titles.
But we don't know that Darius. I mean, we don't know if Darius can be saved or not or anything, right? Like.
No, you're not sure.
Okay.
Um,
You're gonna make Catherine an orphan, really?
I mean, that's what I do.
We're gonna need a new Minister of Defense. What the hell?
I mean, you know, this is gonna drive her to just work harder. Okay.
Yeah. She'll become the Minister of Defense as a cleric.
Oh,
It's fine.
what an awful person I am.
She's a nepo baby.
Yeah, she is. I hope you guys, not to toot my own horn, but I hope you guys really love the board because
Yeah, it
Randy
was
can tell you
beautiful.
I have worked my ass off on it.
That was great.
So that light effect, is that how are you doing that? Is that like a projector, or are you doing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So that's something that we had from like way back when we started watching like movies in our backyard. It's just a mini projector.
Cool.
And I used to do D&D with these poor
Oh, you had
kids.
that reactive table.
It was from the ceiling down to the table.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't do that. It's like you just imagine like staring at a TV screen 5 feet away from it, and that's essentially what the kids were doing. Like they were like looking straight down, and I, as the DM, was like, "All right, okay, so you."
Sorry about the
Yeah,
vision.
puppy. Do you guys want to meet the puppy?
Yeah.
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 Hold
See the
on.
puppy. See the puppy. So yeah, I was glad
because
to
you were just doing that on like a white folding table, right?
Yeah.
So that was just
bad.
all at your face. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look at the wrinkly face.
Baby.
I know he's such a wrinkly face.
Look at the little face wrinkles.
He's
I
not
love
happy.
it.
It's his mommy. Oh, or my finger.
So cute.
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and do those kudos things. I really was excited about tonight's session, and it did not disappoint for me. So I hope it felt the same for you all. But we'll find out for sure here. So kudos. I've just started doing them in order now. Just it's easier for me. So we'll start with Mike.
Kudos to everyone. I mean, Joe, I love the way that those coral monsters looked. I hated that we had to fight them, but also loved it. It was really scary for a minute whenever we thought we were going to lose Wilbur, but I'm glad it all worked out. I like the puzzle room. I mean, that was like really. I think that it really works well with the like the story and the lore that we've created so far. It all made a lot of sense. So I'm really excited to see it to keep going and figure that out from there. Kudos to Jamie for having for Milo figuring out the not only the blood, but also kind of like getting the first taste of the monster, like the kind of the foreshadowing. Kudos to Kayla for the 31 psychic blade damage. Kudos to Lorianne for again continuing the world building and also the 50 damage on each of them. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Kudos to Miranda for being part of this, even though you have a bad headache and you're really tired. I am really looking forward to Guar getting a chance to retrace his steps. I don't want to like force it, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff we have to do right now. But I'm really looking forward to retracing his steps because I know that there's some stuff I'm missing, and I really want to figure that out. And I'm looking forward to saving the priestess, and hopefully that works out. And yeah.
All right. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Cool. All right. Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say kudos to everyone. Miranda, great job kicking ass without feet. That was impressive. Yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to this dungeon. I think it'll be as bad as as bad as I am at puzzles, I enjoy them. I think they're fun. Like the reveal is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if that is a part of a part of this section, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think. I mean, I won't say anything, but this was probably the hardest one. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
It's so funny. Too,
We'll see about that one.
We will. I haven't fully planned it out yet, so we will say.
Couple, we've jokingly been like, magic is in the blood, magic is in the blood. And we haven't done it the past few sessions, and this was like the one we needed it.
Yep. It's also I don't think it's made its appearance in North EMEA yet, but it's happened in the younger Strixhaven campaign that we've had with three different Strixhaven campaigns that I'd run at one point.
Mike just had to create a character linked to a blood cult, and
yeah,
you're welcome for making it interesting.
It would have been a happy-go-lucky campain if it wasn't for Mike.
The big bad essentially was built by Mike's backstory.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, man. Cool. Lorianne.
Kudos to everyone because that battle was great. Everyone did amazing in it, and I know it gets it can feel like, especially when it's your turn, like I'm sorry, I'm not like doing it quick enough, but I think everyone did a really good job, and we're all. As someone who's played a lot longer than I think some of you, like as we get higher levels, it's just gonna get more difficult because we have so many friggin' feats and so many abilities. So don't worry about it. It is it's just part of the game. But also kudos to Milo for just poking the coral immediately when he was like, Joe's like, well, this is what it is, and you're just like, well, I poke it.
Yeah, that was so on par because I wanted to I didn't want to. Because I kind of felt like we were in the same thing of like Milo is definitely going to touch this thing, but I also wanted to give you what's the word?
Autonomy.
Say it again.
Autonomy.
Yeah, I wanted to give you that. I guess it's of
Agency.
Like making the decision. Agency. That's what it was.
I mean, same thing. Okay.
I wanted to give you the agency to make that decision, but I couldn't ask that you do that without being clear. Like something's gonna happen here.
So let me ask you're raw dogging it.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if you're using that right, but keep doing it.
You can't say that on air.
Kudos also, Joe, for jumping in and as Catherine and letting me argue with you because that was great and I loved it because it was a different type of arguing than arguing with a 12-year-old Anrin. Because Eldrin and Catherine are pretty much the same age and are both very capable people, and I love that. So that was a lot of fun. I really loved even though Larianne personally, I hate puzzles, but I also love it in the sense of it brings the story further of Eldrin has progressed in some ways, but then able to do a callback to like she still hasn't learned and she's frustrated, so she like just goes back to old things, which is also a direct connection to her mom being like she's not ready because she won't think outside of the box. She's just like, okay, fine, if this isn't going to work, I'm just going to shatter this until it does what I want it to.
Right.
And I'm really looking forward to figuring out what's going on, and I think saving Erlin or helping her in some way, because it seems like she is not. She's whatever is happening. She's trying to protect at least Eldrin and others. So
Yeah, that's. I feel pretty confident on the thought process on that, so you'll find that out. And to be clear, like I guess because I did say that this isn't going to work as far as shatter goes, only because it would technically work if you did it like 3 more times, like because there is an opening there. But I was like, I mean, I don't want you to go through spell slots and then eventually get to it and then realize there was.
But I like that too, of like the frustration that Eldrin feels when things aren't easy, because I think as much as she likes to say that like she's not like privileged and everything always goes her way, everything does go her way a lot of the time. So when it doesn't, it's very frustrating, and she doesn't know how to deal with it because she hasn't had to learn how to deal with that.
Yeah,
which is
that makes total sense.
It's a fun difference between her and Norris, I think. So
yeah. Yeah, awesome, very cool. My wife.
Kudos to you, Jamie, for having Milo paint on the wall with the magical blood. Because, like, when you guys come up with stuff like that, I'm like, I never would have thought of that. I probably would have just thrown it on the ground and been like, hopefully something happens. But I'm also really excited to retrace Guar's steps and figure out what's going on. And I'm really excited to get rid of Tall, because I feel like Wilbur is now scared to like see through anyone because of the last experience doing that. So like more of Wilbur's like safety and security has been stripped from him, and I'm just kind of over it. And
Wilbur,
I'm really glad that it turned into a stone tonight. So
yeah,
you did. You almost got turned into a stone, like straight up, like that. Like,
oh god.
I mean, if that happened, it would have happened. I wasn't gonna save anything from that. I will say, Wilbur, I tried to make it very clear, like, you're not really in danger of like possession right now, because the connection that you made was actually offensively by you.
Yeah, but it's still scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I try to kind of give you just a sense of like, I don't want you to feel like you have to like, you have to also throw yourself into a dungeon.
This might be asking too much, but so did Erlin potentially make a connection because she was looking into Guar's connection?
Do you want me to answer that?
No.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, answer it.
No.
Oh, okay. Now I'm intrigued.
See, everything's not my fault.
Mike didn't want me going a week being like, damn it.
It was when that first happened, I was like, ooh, that's tempting, but no, I do that too many times to you guys. No, it did not. It is good that you guys are here.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also really loved that scene of I just have to say, I really loved that scene where Eldrin was like, we're not supposed to be here. We shouldn't have ever been here. Like, this is, oh, that was very cool.
Should have
very
never
touching.
come back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. If you save Honoria, I guess you'll save Honoria. Cool. And last but not least, Kayla.
Kudos to Miranda for not having Wilbur die and using your badass new fan, and Joe for making the cool, terrifying coral monsters. The minis are also just like super freaking cool. And Jamie for being close enough to one of them so I could do the psychic blade attack. And also figuring out the puzzle. I like that it took all of us to kind of get to the end of that. I really like those kind of puzzles where, like, we all struggled with it, but then we figured it out.
Yeah.
And Lorianne for Eldrin and Catherine's bickering and everything just turning to chaos. And yeah, I'm excited for the dungeon and also retracing Gar's steps and also figuring out the Volmos thing and possibly trying to like contact Raylor or something with that.
Yeah, you guys still got a lot left to do in this campaign.
So much lore.
I totally want to be able to let anyone go if they want to go, but one quick thing. So some cool, good news. We have almost filled up both North Imea campaigns. So we have one that has one more person that can be put in, which means, given it probably maybe at least, I think probably maybe another month, but which means another group needs to be added. And I mean, there's 2 campaigns in North Imea and only 1 in South Imea. So, my thoughts right now are possibly you guys get some help from some most likely lower level characters, but anyways, that's my idea. So,
what is this, a crossover episode?
Also, real quick, I won't be here on the 29th, which is the last Wednesday of the month.
Oh, no, I'll be here. I'll be here, honey.
Yeah, you'll be here. Why wouldn't you be?
When is David Bazan?
May.
Yeah,
Different month.
and that's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Pedro the Lion guy?
Yeah. Well, Pedro the Lion is coming to
We're going to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Want to come? We're going with Jamie.
Maybe.
Come,
Dude.
I'll be there.
Do it.
Lorraine.
Then you and I can like actually see each other in person
and become best friends.
Absolutely.
Lorraine, we didn't ask you only because we assumed that you were going.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. I would have liked it better if you said we didn't ask you because we didn't want you to come.
Because we don't want you there.
We don't like you.
Listen, y'all. I mean, it's judging by the way things have been going. It'll probably be another at least year. But just start saving for that final session that we all do for that ending campaign.
Can I just say I love that It's a Long Story is winning right now in the
by a lot.
I also love because I was rewatching, last week's campaign, and I was like, oh, it's the part where we were like, that would be a good name.
Yeah, yeah, there's so many thoughts on that, but I loved all 3 of those. I'm on camera right now, but It's a Long Story is actually my favorite, so I'm excited if that works, if that wins. If it doesn't, that's also cool too, because I like the other ones as well. So
I just we'll add It's a Long Story into every conversation we have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it'll be great. All right, y'all.
Which I think we've actually already said twice today about Duchess.
Yeah. I mean, it is a long story.
It's a long story. Well, awesome, y'all. Cool. I will see all of you next week, hopefully. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your week. I love you all very much. And stay safe and bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.